Good now, everyone. I hope this broadcast finds you well. My name is Artorius Winchester, Scholar of the Dreaming Glade, and welcome back to Lobotomy Corp. It's been, like 2 or 3 weeks, which is long enough for me to have forgotten not everything, but a lot of where we were. So, yeah, for those of you who, like, might be, you know, rewatching this whole thing through VODs, if you're inclined to do so, first off, thank you very much for doing so. It's very greatly appreciated that you're enjoying what I'm putting out here with this series. And also, yeah, if you're wondering why I feel like I've taken a mental step back, that might have been why, because I have for a couple of weeks. If you're watching this live, hi, and thank you for showing up live. And also, you probably already know this, but that's fine. We're gonna just kind of, you know, just groove with that anyway. I can't even remember what day we were on for the thumbnail. Like, I was making it and I was like, what day? 37. Gotcha. Right. I couldn't remember if we made any more progress or not. Now, as I understand it, from what I do remember about last time, we had a bit of a realignment of goals. So, the plan for, I believe this playthrough was to just clear all the meltdowns, but then I got told that for a full completion good end playthrough, I have to see every abnormality. Now, obviously, that's not possible on one run without, like, an insane amount of, like, resetting and grinding and that, and I'm not, you know, like, it's... that's something you do, like, extra if you really like the game and you want to, like, flesh out its lore. It's not something that's going to be great to do on stream, so, unfortunately, while the plan was originally to just one cycle the best ending and, you know, move on, I'm not going to be doing that on stream. What I'm probably going to be doing, which in a way gets people more content, to be fair, is finishing the meltdowns and then going on to get the normal ending, kind of as fast as we reasonably can. And then after that, we're going to, like, I'll start another game in Lobotomy Corp's place, like another single-player one, because there's plenty out there, like, there's a couple I've been maybe keeping an eye on. I was like, oh yeah, these would be, like, you know, nice things to try. Or maybe I'll try out some, you know, brand new projects as well. Like, you know, I could do another reading stream. The SCP one went pretty well. I could do something, you know, like, akin to that. I could try out some other stuff. I could maybe finally get around to doing more collab things, which, you know, is cooking in the background, but so's a lot of things. You gotta, you gotta give me time, and very often that's something I struggle to give myself nowadays, because God, I have a lot going on. Life comes at you fast, eh, Jimbo? But anyway, but oh, hang on, you are running out of space on this PC. What if I wasn't though? Ooh, that's bad. Excuse me a second, I might have to go into Steam and, like, have it not mess with things. Hold on. Right. It's a way to select by, like, what drive something's installed on. Can't even do that now, right, okay. Okay, right, manual way. What's on here that I can... Because I don't want, like, this conking things out. Riot Games, there's a folder to go. Steam apps, common. It's just wallpaper engine here, really? Okay. Sorry about this stream, I just feel like this is pretty pressing and might need looking at. There's really not a lot on here, it has to be said. Yeah. No, I think honestly, if we've got that off there, then we're just gonna kind of have to suck that one up. One thing I could do. This will probably help actually quite a lot. Let's get all this. What's that come to? That's, yeah, that's 13 gig. We can get rid of all that. God, do I want to though? Really need to sort all this stuff properly. Okay, here's the plan. We're gonna cut it from there, And we're going to paste it to another drive. I'll put it in this folder and call it sort this. And then we're going to paste it into here. And I'm going to look at that later when I'm not on stream. Oh, this might take a while. Wait, it said 13 gig. What do you mean 60? What do you mean 60? That's going to take me a little while and also be like maybe slightly CPU intensive while I'm streaming. What the fuck is going on? Okay, sure. You know what? Whatever. It's gone down to 50 gig. It's going to take me about 2 minutes. Forgive me if I just like hang on the main screen for a second while this happens. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry for the delay, but like I say, I don't want it, like this. The drive that's in question isn't the one that I'm like recording to for like VOD purposes or anything. But it is the one that, what do you call it? It is the one that my operating system's on, and having that one be full, like, you know, to capacity, I believe is kind of bad. But like the general health of things. So yeah, I'm literally gonna dump like 60 gigs worth of files on like the clean 2 terabyte one I've got a fair bit of space on. And we're just gonna deal with that later. Time remaining has gone from 2 minutes to 2 hours, which is kind of a bit of an issue for a fellow such as myself. I'm not going to be waiting on here for 2 hours. I do actually have Lobotomy Corp to play, so maybe this can just happen in the background? Question mark? No, it can't be 2 hours. It's dropping, like, got 13,000 items remaining, which I'm using as a more indicative, like, thing. What I've done here, essentially, is I think there's a download folder on that C drive that I, like, never empty, and I'm just copying all that shit to another drive and deleting it from the downloads folder. And, yeah, like I say, we'll deal with it later. Because I ain't dealing with it now. Okay, 10,000 items. We'll get there, we'll get there. I think it'll be like about 5 minutes, if I had to give it a guess. In the meantime, though, I hope everyone else is doing well. I would love to say that I'm more refreshed than I was on Tuesday. What an insane stream Tuesday, by the way. I still can't believe the triple raid. Genuinely, still so, like, but both so grateful and, like, so... surprised is the wrong word, but it's kind of like something in that ballpark about that. Like, it's you know, it's unbelievable in a strictly positive way. So yeah, like, that definitely woke me up that stream. And after which I resolved that I would go to bed early on Wednesday and be, you know, nice and fresh as a daisy for this stream. And that did not happen because Uma Musume came out and I was playing it till 2 AM Wednesday night. Well, / this morning, I guess. So what I've instead done is downed a load of caffeine at about midday, and it seems to still be here. I hope I don't crash out in about an hour or so. That would kind of suck. But yeah, you know, like, that's kind of the move we're dealing with here. Yeah, like, so I have somewhat got my wits about me against all odds, but I feel like I'm going to be, feeling the burn for this one, tomorrow / the weekend, but to be fair, I do have next week, off, so that's honestly a godsend. I needed that, because, boy, I might get around to doing, you know, some stream maintenance stuff I've meant to do for a while, like sorting out all my YouTube playlists that are all over the bloody place. Okay, we've got 900 items remaining, which is going down rapidly. We're like 600 now, 400 now. We're just gonna hope that it, oh, here we go. Here's some movement. There's apparently some slightly bigger files in there that I just didn't know about. Like I say, I'm gonna have to... Oh, I've got, like, whole VODs in here. Why have I got whole VODs in here? Why? Why have I done this to myself? Okay. And now we seem to have halted at about 252 items remaining. Oh, time remaining about 60 seconds now. So, it's a far cry from the 2 hours as initially suggesting. How does it try and estimate this? Because, like, given the very little numbers it was giving me outside of that time, I could tell you that 2 hours was wrong. And my 5 minutes guess seems to be, like, yeah, maybe slightly under, but about on point. More on point than 2 fucking hours. Okay, 120 items remaining. Still about 20 gigs worth of stuff, though, so I guess it saved the biggest stuff till last. Never mind, we're zooming now, actually. Okay, here we go. 40 items and about 14 gig remaining. I should maybe get this up as a stream graphic, but then also I don't want to dox every single file in my downloads folder. That just seems like it might be a bad time. This is probably why I've got no space on this drive, actually, is because there's so much stuff, like, I've just seen go past. It's like a fuser save, and it's like, well, I know I have that in a separate folder somewhere, because I actually use that occasionally, so why is it still in my fucking downloads? Why do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 VODs? Why do I just have 8 VODs chilling in here? Chat, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Also, speaking of chat, are you alive? You are now. Cool. Right, here we go. Okay, yeah, skip that one because that's fair enough. That one's actually being used. I don't mind that being in there. Right, okay. So how's that done for the old drive space? Are we sure about that? Oh, I know why. I know why. Because we need to go here and empty this. Maybe. Okay, well, it says it's deleted. It doesn't seem to have done much for my drive space, but, you know what? I've done my best. We're just gonna ball from here, and I will sort it out later as just another tech issue. God, had I known, I would have been on the just chatting screen for a while, but hey-ho. We deal with these things as and when they come up. Are we sure about this? Like, I just deleted apparently like 60 gigs worth of stuff. What do you mean there's only 90 meg free on the drive? Like, I don't quite understand what you mean by that. Okay, maybe we can also, like, paste these into the same place. How much is in here? Yeah, that's only like 2 gig extra. Okay, fine. I will do the 2 gig extra, and then, like I say, I'm moving on. Because that's just not something I can get behind. Yeah, this PC must be on this. Unless I've just freed up a bunch of space on my other drive and I haven't noticed. No, it can't be. Like, if I go here, and then users, and then to... Yeah, here we go. Stuff on my desktop taking a bunch of space? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's go to that. Let's deal with this later. Like I said, I don't think worrying about it anymore is going to be productive now. What are we looking at here? Okay, about another 3k items. Whatever. I'm starting the game. I'm starting the video game. It's enough messing around. So, whence last we left our heroes, whoever they were, I can't remember what combination of heroes they were. I believe we were doing some training. We were doing some training of some sort. I can't remember if anyone's perished, which will determine if we have to do a memory repo or not. These people look unarmored, but decidedly unperished, which is good. Yeah, okay, so some training work had been done. Now, because I am actually training these lot up, I don't particularly want to... No, hold on. I did have some trainees, and then I had to... I can't remember. Is this... 37's not the memory repo day, though. 36 is. We need employees assigned to extraction. So Morgana is actually not great on stats. It's got to be said. Yeah. Okay, Morgana, Aubrey. Tanya, McKenna, and Yum Yum. That rings some kind of bells for me. And then who was it who wanted? I believe it was, Zenki you wanted down here, wasn't it? Why are so many of you unarmored? Oh, because I'm going to have to redo... Right, yeah, here's something I probably should have done before stream, but didn't. Oopsie. And then it was Antipixel who wanted to be our Slimer, but there's, like, no slime available, so we're just going to move them to there. Right, now we need to do a bit of a reassign. Having two of them have that earring is actually really good. So, goals for this stream. Try and push ahead to day 40. Don't have anyone die. And then, like, if we need to get to day 41 before doing the other meltdowns, I think maybe. Like, I don't know if that fucks things up anymore. I'll be honest, I've kind of lost track. Okay, right. So, Laverne, you've got 2 Aleph. Rhino, you've got 2 Alephs. Eden's got 2 Alephs. Chris has got 2 Alephs. Adam's got an Aleph and a... it is technically an Aleph red weapon. You can't knock it, to be fair. God, we've got so much extra stuff, actually. I think department heads should probably get a second Aleph armor, if we have them available. For Renz, I would love to have a Decapo, but naturally that's the one we don't have. The one exception I'll probably make is that... actually, no, I guess the leaders of those places have already got Feather of Honor. I feel like we could have a different team have just all Feather of Honor, though, because there's 3 of them. Yeah, here's the deal. So, Augur and Anton, I'm going to switch you over to Cobalt Scar. It's just a nice rounded set of armor. And you've both got guns, that's cool. Don't mind you two having blogging. You two should have something different, but... How do I want to attack this is the question. Do I want to attack it bottom up? Zenki, you're all alone in there. I don't know what I've put down there with you. Go get some goop. And yeah, I guess you... do we have, like, Christmas we can give him? Just something that isn't... Like, it doesn't really matter about him having a sanity weapon, I guess, actually, because he's the only person in this department. You do have Justice level 5, so... You know what? Fucking go nuts. Let's put you on Just Eater. Let's just sauce you up a little. Records team. I think someone down there with an Aleph armor would not be bad. You know what? Antipixel did say they wanted to be the Slimer, so maybe we can give you that, and then Zenki, you can instead have, I don't know, Just Eater? Yeah. That seems solid. And then Gremory is kind of like the accomplice to this here. Let's give you Noise, actually. Also, you need a better weapon, Antipixel. I said you were going to be the Slimer. So, yeah, there you go. Right, that sorts out the bottom layers. Now, Head of Disciplinary. We really want you to have, like, if I'm honest, Just Eater. But in the absence of that, definitely Mimicry. And then I'm thinking on the armor front, like, your armor isn't bad. I think this one's pretty good. I forget what it's called. Oh, hang about. Gotta close that. Go to here. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. So we're thinking about what kind of armor do we want here? I mean, like Aleph, ideally. We could put you on Sound of a Star. It's really not bad armor. Yeah, that works. I like both these departments having kind of like parallels. So we can have, or we could just have 3 people on the same armor. Depends, because like the really good armors you're only going to get like 2 of is the thing. Yeah, that's the issue there. I'm going to make the executive decision to make safety just have like all the same armor. Like if they get hit by black stuff, they get hit by black stuff, you know, that's kind of just not my issue. And then here I'm going to try and play it a little more. We only have 1 amateur, that's awkward, to say the least. Right, Katya, also, what are you doing in this? You need, like, something better. You're a department head, for God's sake. Let's put you in, mimicry? With a weapon of Sound of a Star? Yeah, I guess that makes you the opposite of that, which, okay. Well, it's nice. It gives us some unique avenues to pursue. I don't mind that at all. Should we get, like, some In the Name of Love and Hates going? God, thank God I don't have to deal with this. Let's get some fucking magical girls on the squad, actually. Yeah, I'm very about that. So Kim and Tasha are now magical girls. Where is Mason these days? Where is Mason these days? What done with Mason? Oh, he's back here. Right, okay. Well, in which case, I think Mason and Current Dreamer having a Gold Rush is pretty good. And let's give them both a weapon to suit as well. Gold Rush Cobalt Scar, we're feeling, maybe? I don't hate it. And then Haru and Tom. Also, nice to see Tom down here, actually. It's got to be said. You know what? We're going to really crack you out here with Magic Bullet Armor, which is notoriously kind of goated. And, okay, hold on. What do we got? We've got black damage. We've got red damage. We've got red and white. Like, I'm tempted to just give you both Life for a Daredevil, if I'm being entirely for real with you. Like, it's not the most damaging weapon, but it is pale damage, which in and of itself is kind of nuts. And I think I will be doing that, yeah. Here we are. Let's give you both Life for a Daredevil. It means that, particularly... Can I not give you these weapons? Is that what we're coming to the slow realization of here, that we need white weapons more? Which means some of you have to take, like, Clean Wrist Cutter or Engulfing Dream, which are weapons that notoriously suck ass. No, you know what? We've got... Okay. What's the Mimicry Armor? I might swap around Disciplinary and Welfare, because Disciplinary having the stronger white weapon means they'll be able to, like, heal people's sanity breaks faster. So it makes more sense to keep the white weapon there. 2, 5, 5 as opposed to 4 across the board. I think that's worth. So we're going to do a little swap here. And like I said, this is another reason why I really don't want to reset before day 41. Because I can't be asked doing all this like a third time at this point. And then we're going to have... there we go. You here, and then you can have Sound of a Star armor, wherever that is. There it is. Right, cool. Now, Central Command, I've already established you two are getting Cobalt Scar. Our next two, what do we got here? Honestly, Silenced Logging, I'm very happy with that. I think you were on some kind of jank bad armor before. So, maybe we give you something a bit better. Give you Logging. I don't hate Logging. I'm going to give you 2 of you Black Swan. Or 2 of you Letitia. Hang about. That's the play. And then, in terms of weapons, we've got black damage. We've got red damage. We really need something decent on white damage. It's got to be said. So, unfortunately, I think the time has come where we have to kind of just admit defeat and take, like, I don't know. Just take Oblin Christmas sticks and be happy with them. Which I hate is the fact that I hate the fact that's still the best, like, of that kind of armor that we've got. Right, now this is what, so 1.2.8.8, this is 1.2.8.6, so it's strictly better. So it would be silly for me to not upgrade to it. We do actually have white damage guns here. So maybe there's not a need to do that. I'm hesitant to give them the 2 pale, even though it would give a lot of coverage. Because, like, Disciplinary can just make so much better use of that pale damage. Now I'm thinking, if you're going to be weak to white... That... Yeah, I don't know. If you're weak to white, do we want to put you in Logging? Or Black Swan, actually. 0.6, 0.8, 1.2. So it's slightly less black resistance, but more red resistance. Unless there's anything else that like jumps out at me here, which I can't say there is. Okay, yeah, I think that's valid. We're going to, well, I want to guess one of you was already in Black Swan anyway. So there we go. And do we want the Wraith or the Umbrella? Probably the Umbrella, right? Yeah, let's have you in the corresponding outfit as well. Right, now finally, training team we don't care about. Information team, I would like you to be the capo, but you know what we do. Also, you're up on training, so I don't like I don't worry for you too much. I think honestly, maybe we just make training our like fucking dog's body armor team, where we just put things that are good. We don't really have enough multiples of it to do amazing things with it. Like, yeah, this seems fine. Yeah. Then weapons-wise, we've got a red, a white, and a black. We've got anything that we really should be using. Well, yeah, if we're going to be using a red weapon, you really should be punching things. Although I am terrified to send you in range of punching distance while you're wearing that. But you will eventually have Aleph armor, so as long as we keep that in mind and a bit careful in the meantime, it's fine. I don't think you're good enough to warrant this white weapon, I'm going to be honest. I don't think you're really good enough either. Actually, I don't know why I'm giving my good stuff to information. They kind of suck. I suppose we can always take it off them later, but, like, you can't leave Alephs just lying around. That's crazy talk. You getting Amateur, I think, makes a bit of sense. You getting Sound of the Star, I mean, I guess just so that we're using it. Does that leave us with any Alephs left over? Gremory Tiberius, you are... Oops, no, hang on. No, friends, you need to go back on Gold Rush. Gremory Tiberius, where are you? And why are you on such a poopy weapon? Oh, you're here. Right, yeah, I guess I kind of didn't give you anything. Well, here's the plan then. You can have... what am I thinking? You can have Discord, and you can have... A decent white weapon would be nice. You can have a gun, sure. Take a revolver and just kind of run with it. And that's probably all the reassigning I'm going to do. That's going to be doing me fine for now. We're just going to get to it. So, let's begin management, shall we? Right, now. Again, as I was saying, forgot what I've put in here. Oh, it's spiders. Spiders aren't too bad, actually. I think there's a thing where you don't work with them too often. But spiders aren't bad. So, HE or Aya ego extracted. Ah, yeah, I remember this quest now. I remember this quest being a potential problem because I've already extracted the max amount of HE ego. Like, yeah, that's going to be an issue. Because I need to find a HE abnormality now, essentially. I know there was probably some murmurings. It's coming back to me now last stream of, like, oh, well, if I just, you know, if I'm just out here, what you call it, like killing off employees with HE gear and then rebuying it, you know, there's no issue. But the problem is I, like, care very much about not re-rolling. I guess I could just hire some one-cost dudes and put some HE, like, slap some HE on them and then be like, go to war against an Aleph. Or, I don't know, fucking explode some other way. Like, we've got pretty reliable ways to kill people. I think this is one of them. But yeah. I'm going to move everyone down here because I would like to do some work with Silent Orchestra. Because we have about 600p boxes worth of stuff that we need, including a rare good white weapon, which I think is honestly we're crying out for at the minute. So let's have, I don't know, pick your poison really. Let's have Rhino work with this because Rhino has kind of bad stats for someone on control. Like, this is the sort of stuff I'd expect from the information department, not like control. Like, Rhino Man, what are you doing? So yeah, we're going to go inside the Silent Orchestra a couple of times. It's probably going to trigger the fight. I imagine we just roll the Silent Orchestra fight now. Like, it doesn't scare me in the slightest. Because we have such, like, POG weaponry. There we go. Like, will it potentially, In fact, I know we might be a bit behind on quests. But if we, what do you call it? If we level these up kind of one at a time so that neither department gets to level 4 too soon, then we can potentially squeeze by day 41 without, like, doing a meltdown. Like, we can probably wait till day 42. So I think this is actually a pretty sound strategy in, like, a kind of weird, twisted sense. I granted haven't got my trusted advisors with me to give me the yay or nay on that one. We should probably send Adam. Got a high success chance on Temperance. Yeah. Yeah, let's go send Adam. And then once Adam gets back, we'll go punch this thing in the face a few times, and then, you know, yippee, yippee, we can do that. I'm going to just nudge the volume about for this a bit, because I'm not sure that's going to come out all right on stream. I noticed on the last early Necrodancer stream, I sounded very loud. I've knocked myself down just a hair, just by a decibel, I hope. Maybe the fact that I'm not shouting over, like, you know, rhythm game music, and my demeanor is a bit more calm, can, you know, serve me well here. Okay. Right, first fight coming up. Oh, I remember this because I have to guess where the UI is. Okay, right. So, your first movement is pale. Pale, black, white, red. Roger, roger. So, we're going to need our finest pale gamers to step up to the plate here. I guess in the name of Who'd and What's It, do random damage. I'll be honest, I haven't really worked out what they do. I don't believe that was all our departments. I think we just missed the button. That's all our departments. Okay. Right, go for it. Yeah, we are in position. We're going to begin slapping. God, this is already such good damage compared to, like, what we used to do. Like, that's half his health, just, like, toasted. But, brother, I'm pretty sure we can beat you to death with just pale weapons. You're cooked. Okay, not quite, but we got pretty damn close. So we just need our black damage specialists to come through here. Which will be following. We also need to be careful to, like, not put in people who have a bad matchup against sanity. I'm going to be a little more selective here. Like, you're in Ayla Farmers, you should be finding it's basically anything. Yeah, so Welanom is slightly resistant, you're fine. Augur is slightly resistant. Nicole is not resistant at all. You're slightly resistant, you're not at all. I'm not. I think we need to put In the Name of Love and Hate in the way there. Antipixel, you can get in there, do some work. I guess that's all of us. Cool. Right, you lot back out. You lot get in. I thought that was magic bullet for a second. It's not. There we go. Right. Yeah, problem solved. It really was that simple, huh? So yeah, we sent Adam up to do that a couple more times. We were on 107, which is like not a million miles off the armor, to be fair. And we just need to work for 2 weapons worth. And the idea is that as these drop to common as well, Adam, are you in a position where you can? Yep, go for it then. And let's have the rest of you kind of move back in here, ready for the next one. But as the success chance on this drops, we should, in theory, be able to do more work with less fighting, essentially. And because Adam has the Da Capo armor on, like, taking basically nothing sanity damage-wise from this. I forget, what's your good threshold? We need 18 or less in an ideal world. I think we're going to get a 19 on this. No, we're not. We're going to get an 18. Let's go. There we are. This is kind of what we want. The U, I'm pretty sure... By the way, I'm just going to address this while I'm thinking about it. The U, I'm pretty sure, just like some TEF abnormality. It's whatever. You know? Right, you get back up there. See if we can push for a weapon first, I guess. Or should we get the other armor first? And part of my brain is telling me go for the weapon first, because we really do need good white weapons. Minus 18%, and Adam is still killing it maybe a little too hard in there, but you know what? That's fine. We're just gonna, you know, if he's gonna over, he may as well over by a lot. 20 is a bit less than the lot I was looking for, but it's a reasonable amount, and you know, we get a little extra bonus on top thanks to our meltdown bonuses. 155. We're gonna queue that up again. Like I say, I think it's just good to get this out the way. Oh my god. Gamma 65, you look like you've seen some shit. Like, god damn. Alright, here we go again. Minus 24% on each success now, so you'd really think that Adam might not be able to boss this. Alas. I guess the one thing about training temperance is that it ups your work success, so whether I've literally just done work with an A-lift 3 times and the game's gone, yep, here's your extra stats. This looks like it might be a 17, which is great. Love that. 17, 18, those are the numbers we're looking for. We're now staring down the barrel of minus 30%. But again, I'm not convinced we mind. We do have low work success chance now. But again, I just don't think we care. Okay, so we need it higher than 12 as our only like stipulation here. Like a low roll on like, you know, 12 or below would be pretty disastrous, but I can't see Adam scoring lower than 12. I mean, I say that. He's doing his best here. Come on, we're going to need at least a 12, buddy. I don't think we're getting it. Oh my god, he's low-rolled. Yep, he low-rolled. Cool, well. Well, okay, we're on 191 in time for this to happen again. We zoom out a bit so all the combat effects don't, like, deafen people. Okay. And then second verse, same as the first. Put us in that room so we can put them in a hearse. There we go. Where are our 4 pale warriors? Let's have you get in there. Just, yeah. Literally on cue, just start slapping the shit out of them. I might even be tempted to say, oh, we're physically not allowed to speed up this fight. Okay. I was going to say, I'm feeling confident enough in this fight where I could just do that. But, yeah, it's wonderful. Can we one-cycle this? We're literally so close to, like, we have a little bit of justice and maybe one more person with a pale weapon, which I know is probably going to be, like, you know, gold dust to come by, but we have one more, and we don't even need to worry about everyone else. Like, they can just run the facility as normal, and we can have just the pale squad and deal with it. I suppose if we wanted to, we could put in the name of love and hate and just see if they, like, random some pale damage. If that's a thing they can do. But, yeah, it doesn't seem like... I've been putting people with black damage in, right? Yeah, okay, right. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't think we should need any more people than that to deal with this. There we go. Right. It's all accounted for once more. And then move you lot back there. Let's, I mean, I guess we don't actually want Adam in here, is the crux of the matter. We kind of want Eden in there. Because she's got common chance opposed to Adam's low. Like, while we would love to grind some more temperance, it doesn't really look like it's going to be happening. I think also we should be maybe like a kind of like a sub-goal of having our pale damage warriors there. Because the damage they do to everything is going to be absurd by nature of doing pale damage. Like, I think we should definitely have them have their justice up to, like, whatever the new cap is. It's like 120 or 130 instead of 100. Yeah, see, Eden gets it. Eden might get it a little too much. No, Eden gets it just enough. That brings us up to 214, which is precisely enough to get one Da Capo weapon. Right, can she do that again? Would love it if she could. Although I'm going to give her a chance to catch a breather. Because, you know, you're mashing an Aleph. It's no joke in there. Then, yeah, you don't really want to fuck with that. There are other abnormalities we can train justice on. I don't think any of our Alephs are them. You don't want to fuck with them. Can you fuck with Blue Star? You can fuck with Blue Star, actually. Does anyone want to fuck with Blue Star? Again, let's check out again our pale damage warriors. Laverne, yeah, you know what? You want to go and repress Blue Star for me? Just that's what I was going. Another perfect. Okay, no, it's not a perfect 18. It's 18 rounded up. Well, rounded up. Increased by our buffs, but to 14 natively. But yeah, no, I'm still happy with that result. Like I say, it's between 12 and 19, excluding 12 and 19 in that case. So I guess 13 and 18 inclusive, which is the exact range we're looking for. So really, can't complain. Can't complain at all. Getting this like 10 by 10 though is going to take a while. But you know, such is the nature of the beast, I guess. And it's not like we're doing much else today, so let's get this out the way. Do a bit of training with our trainees. Try and work out, where they're at. Okay, looks like we're going to be hitting quota, which is nice. 16. I guess our target here, not this quota here. But this quota we're still quite a way off. But this target here, we might be doing. The only issue I can foresee. Hi, Artie. How's the Corp doing? Hi there, Mimi. Nice to see you. The Corp's doing okay, I think. I'm just grinding out some, like, armor and weapons from this gentleman here. Although what I was about to just say as well is that we don't want to spend too long doing this, because obviously we spent our entire first bar getting, like, 12s and 13s, like, basically peanuts. I don't want this to charge up to the point where we have to take on a Dusk Ordeal with trainees. That's just not something I'm in the mood to do. So I'm not going to be doing it. So maybe we get, like, an armor here, if we can, and then we just, like, break off. Think that might be cool. Ooh, we need a 13 there. That's 12, Eden. You've really fucked me on that one. In fact, that's pretty catastrophic, to the point where I'm actually going to trigger a fight early here. Just so that going into the next day, we have 2 good shots at, like, just hitting this pinata for as many energy boxes as we can. So, Adam, go work here. I know you won't die to it. Your armor is, like, you take no damage from white damage. Oh, wait. But yeah, sorry. In response to your question, Mimi, it's all right. I'm refiguring stuff out, but we're doing all right with it. How are you anyway? I hope you're doing well. I say if Adam manages to pull a 12 out the bag here, honestly, fair play to the lad. He did literally better than Eden. This presents a bit of a problem, because I was kind of counting on him not doing that. Forget what the spiders do. Someone, like, vaguely unimportant go and, like, poke that. For ends, let's just hope they don't do red damage, eh? I think the golden rule is, like, don't work judgment, because then you'll step on the spiders and the spiders will fucking, like, murder you. There we go. Sorry, just gonna check some things, get my tabs in the right order, so on and so forth. And that's melted down. Okay, well, I'm alright, actually. Right, now we need Adam back in here with the... a crazy kind of play. While we've got the low stuff, I'm actually going to send Rhino in here. It's kind of risky, but doing good, thank you. Finally having the chance to just vibe, really. That's always great to hear. So that is going to be me. next week, I think. Because, you know, my duties in the Glade are subsiding for a week, you could say. I've got the week off. Which means I'm going to have just, you know, a lot of chance to do some stuff, you know, related to stream that I want to do, but also just some chance to, like, you know, not worry about shit and get my life in order, you know, like maybe start, like, working out again. That's something I have got lined up. Also to find some new, like, pedals for my bike. I didn't send one of the, please tell me I didn't send one of the, pale damage guys down there. I wouldn't have, right? For spiders? Like, Teth spiders? I wouldn't have done that. I'm refusing to believe I would have been that foolish. Right, yeah, here we go. So you four, just get on in there. Oh, bollocks. I forgot to send someone down here. Hey, does anyone from Control want to, like, try and run down here? I'll be honest, I completely forgot about that. Hey, Eden, you want to, like, book it? I don't think you make it in time, but, you know, it'd be funny if you did. Okay, fun animal fact. I'm also going to put in, in the name of love and hate people. Oh, Jesus, that's loud. Yeah, there's no way it even makes this in time. That's unfortunate. I don't think you escape or anything, though, so whatever. Why is that so much louder than normal? We just need a couple of pale procs from these two. And then we can one-cycle this. Okay, we did not get those pale procs. We also were apparently slightly late into combat, because I swear that was more health than he was on last time. But, you know, whatever. It's how the cookie crumbles. What do we got here? Here we go. And you. And you. And there's one more of you, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I was right. We are. Go forth. They are occasionally doing black damage. There's that pale damage tick we needed. Okay. Well, whatever, he's dead. Oh, okay, this thing deals red damage. Employs a prudence level 1, squash the spiderlings, turn those who haven't showed into cocoons. Cool, none of us are prudence level 1. Bollocks, don't do insight work with it. Of course, the thing is don't do insight work with it. Now, am I going to have lost Eden to this? No, that's my negligence. Go on then, let's go see her. Is there any way we can, like, yoink her out of there? I think there is, right? Yeah, insight is, like, terrible. Hey, you wanna not eat my employee somehow? Yeah, that's not ideal. That's not ideal, because that's losing us a bunch of... Well, it's losing us a really good employee as well. Well, guess we're retrying that. Oopsie poopsie, I found the one way I could fuck that up. Oh, like I said, we're getting back in the saddle with this. It's fine. We're gonna be having to mash, Silent Orchestra again, but I think we're in more than a good enough position. Like, almost to the point where I think I'm gonna set things up slightly differently. Okay, thankfully, we don't have to redo all this again, which I think is what took up a good amount of time, so... We weren't really too far in, let's be, like, honest and real here. So, we're gonna move everyone... We don't even get past black damage is the thing. So... If I could select people via that, that would be great. But I don't think I can, annoyingly. Okay, so we're gonna move everyone here. No, I think we can do this. And the spiders are gonna help us do it, actually. So just everyone from every department get down here. There we are. Are we... Oh, we're almost situated. Then, we're going to go through our department and just again, just to save a bit of time. You do pale damage, so come over here. I'm assuming you will get here, like, at some point. Guess you were control, so that's, you know, to be expected. Yeah. Also control, it does mean you lot get down here. Yeah, here we are. And I'm going to stop you right here, and I'm going to move you so you live in this room. Similarly, we have other people who have, yeah, Zenki, I guess. There we are. And then it's our 2 people in Central Command, I think, who have, here we are. 2 of you have got, katanas, if I remember correctly. No, it's not. Who the hell has the katanas, then? Why has Maxwell just got a red beat stick? What? The safety team has terrible weapons. I've just apparently neglected to give them any decent ones. Oopsie. Okay, Laverne's already down there. Eden doesn't have a weapon? What the fuck are we doing here? What kind of clown show are we running? Okay, well that's another disastrous blow. It's 2 people. Okay, it's Haru and it's on disciplinary and welfare. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And Tom, there we go. Wherever Tom is. Tom? There you are. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to get the 2 people, the 2 magical girls. Because we love our In the Name of Love and Hate procs. I believe that was Kim, so Tasha will be the next one up. There we are. And now that we've got them situated for, like, easy access, I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to have in this corridor just, like, some decent black damage dealers. Just to make the process of, you know, like, sorting all this out a lot easier. So here we are. Just a little bit of setup now will save us a lot of kind of heartache with those, you know, that menu where I can't see the arrows later. So nothing of note there. You deal red damage, so not really what we're looking for. You're all training team. Wellenom, I guess, you do deal black damage. So get over here. And just stand there. And then after Wellenom, who are we looking at? Well, yeah, we're looking at our head of departments for... It's kind of wild to me that the head of departments... I know Letitia's a good weapon, but it's also just a HE weapon. It's kind of wild that the heads of Central Command have got that. Like, I feel like they should have something better. But... such is the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Where is... There, right? Yeah, there we go. Right, then after Central Command, we have Disciplinary, which has... nothing. Well... Do you really have no black damage in this department? That feels like a misstep. Like, I know In the Name of Love and Hate's funny and all, but it's not a black damage dealer, it's a nothing damage dealer. If anything, these weapons should be in the hands of Central Command. So they can just kind of meme about with it a bit. And then we should put some actual good weapons on, I think Anti-Pixel's our last one. The other Slimer. There we are. And now we want, like, business as usual. Everyone else, honestly, chill, like, here. Let's go send Adam in to do his normal rounds with Silent Orchestra. Because then, like, frame 1 of Silent Orchestra spawning, the entire Pale Damage team and the 2, you know, In the Name of Love and Hate will just be on them. I'm hoping this leads us enough time to one-cycle it. If not, it's a very simple change to, you know, pull them out and pull the black team in. Yeah. So this should be a lot more organized now, and the only thing I have to do is avoid angering the spiders. Just like the one rule is do not insight work the spiders. A normal? Damn. How very generous, actually. Like, normally I'd be kind of annoyed about that, but in this particular case, it's everything's coming up aces. Right, can you do it again, Adam? Because don't get me wrong, if we don't have to fight this fucker, I'm fine with that, you know? But, we do need to work with him a lot, and also get a lot of PE boxes from him, in order to, get the stuff. Yeah, there we go. Close enough. I guess while we're doing this as well, in the meantime, I should just start chatting about some other things because it feels apropos. But yeah, as I kind of mentioned earlier, a little tired at the minute again. I'm still feeling fine because caffeine, but like yeah, I feel like it's gonna hit me in a little bit. Like how late I've stayed up a couple of nights this week. Last night, which in particular was the fault of me discovering and playing far too much Uma Musume, which I'll be honest, I might have to stream next week. I feel like that might be a thing I have to do. Because, yeah. The game is good. Like, I haven't paid a cent, and I've got, like, almost 20 hours in it already. Alright, here we go. So this is, like, test case numero uno for, we also want... Oh, yeah, hold on. We want one of you pale damage dealers to deal with Blue Star, but... I suppose we should get that running, like, while we're doing the first one. But it'll be fine. So you're going to spawn in there. I'm going to hope he doesn't just obliterate everything in the room that he spawns in. Yeah, hey, buddy, do you want to, like, fight the man? Oh, yeah, you can totally get the jump on him during this bit before movement 1 starts. Like, look at that. It's just shredding him. Just absolutely. I would like it if Tasha was standing slightly further back, but if this can actually one-cycle him, then we're laughing. It's so trivial to a guy like me, honestly. It's just not an issue. Right. Well, that changes things slightly. Anti-Pixel, I'm going to need you to go and work... I don't know, go work Clean Instinct with them. Just go do something that the spiders don't hate, which is Insight. And then we'll all go home happy as Larry. Adam, I'm going to need you to continue your works up here. Laverne, I'm going to want you to work Repression on Blue Star just a couple of times as well. Just to kind of keep things ticking over, both in terms of the amount of PE boxes we're generating and your stats. Because it feels like a waste to not get some Aleph works in here. And also on that note, I think I will have Chris do the one time with nothing there. Again, purely because I'm just a bit concerned about us getting to the end of this day and then having to reset again because of unfortunate dusk ordeals, shall we say. Right, so yeah, that's one of that worked with, and you're working with that at the moment. That's fine. Adam has once again done just a little too well, but honestly, like I say, we don't care. We have the kill team here. It's fine. Like, we can jump him before he does any damage. And he's certainly not getting it. In fact, if anything, he might go the other way and go too little here. Looking like, unless we can pull a 13 out the bag, it's not looking good. 10, 11, no, that's a max 12 at that point, and then fluffed it anyway. Alright, team, we've got one more Silent Orchestra coming your way. Can you deal with it? There we are. I know the curtains are barely open, but, like, just kill him, please. Jesus, that's loud. Yes, movement. Well, yeah, you start movement 1 on half health. I think that's fair and cool, actually. There we are. Beat him to death. But yeah, I might have to play Uma Musume on stream next week. I'm very tempted. I think it may have to be done. Okay, now that we're on, like, minus 30% here, I think the move is, with Adam starting to bottom out. Can you hurry up and get back in here so I can, like, beat you up more? Thank you. I think the move is put Eden in here. And then we'll move from there. Okay, let's get these out the way. Let's have, I don't know, yeah, let's just put Anti-Pixel in with the spiders for a bit. I don't really want to put Zenki here again because normal results on Blue Star can lead to that breaking out, and that breaking out is a significantly larger problem than Silent Orchestra. Oh my god, Horse Girl game mentioned? Indeed, yeah. Yeah, I have fallen victim to its clutches, shall we say, as of late. And, yeah, I think the horse game is cool. I'm just gonna come out and say it. They got Northern Lion playing that thing as well, which is, like, crazy. Just, the power and audacity of some of these weebs, it's gotta be said, is a testament to how far we've come, shall we say. Oh. Right. Oh, you finished work there. That's great. Get these done, I guess. Oh, hey, you like Instinct. Neat. I guess we'll keep doing that, then. Like, we want to just unlock you, but you really don't do much for us in the PE box department, so, like, nothing more than that. In fact, if anything, I'd much rather work with Silent Orchestra with a couple of 16s, if I'm being entirely for real with you. 209 is just below. It's not the nice, it's not the nice dead-on we had last time, which is a bit of a shame. I think Eden can roll this one more time with a good heal. Yeah, there we go. You probably get one more heal on the way back as well, actually, which puts you up full. Either in here or here. There we go. And then we keep running through that. And then we keep, you know, just jogging on. Oh, this looks kind of decroded, though. Eden, I'm going to need a better performance than that. Because now you're going to tick down to 1, which is a bit of an issue, because it literally ruins the setup I was going for. Okay, anti-pixel, let's have you... that's the wrong way. Let's have you work instinct there. I was about to say insight, and it was like, no. Anything but insight, actually. Okay. Meltdown level 1 on Judgment Bird. Remind me what you like again. Like anything that isn't, what you call it, repression. Thank you. I was trying for a second there, and it didn't quite come to pass. Gold Rush actually does, like, pretty bad against pale damage, so I'm probably not going to be sending you in there, even though I would kind of like Current Dreamer's, whole stats to be better, if I'm going to be honest. You're not great against it. I mean, Catcher's pretty good. I think some Catcher down there. Don't hate that. Dawn Orange Ordeal. I believe that's Worms, which... Fine. Sure. We no longer have anything in the departments which is going to cause a huge issue in that department, which, you know, thank the Lord. Because that would be stinky. There we go. Right. You're working with that. We can... I guess we'll start pumping out more works with... I'm going to hit you with something maybe a little different. Let's hit Rhino in here. I think this is actually what I ended up doing last time, so it's not that different at all, but... you know, it's what we've got. God. I think you can also tell from my patterns of speech that I've been watching Clean Northern Line again. I need to walk my own path a bit on that. Even if he is just... He's very quotable is the issue. It's very easy to take what he says and just apply it to, like, basically any scenario. I guess it's part of the appeal, but... Yeah. Fun guy to watch. Alrighty then, let's have you all pre-selected, and then... I could have hit you right there. I could have killed you where you stood. There we go. I think I'll kill you where you stand here instead. Yeah, enjoy that movement one, buddy. In fact, this is, yeah, not really even doing it for me, so I'm just going to send people to work on other stuff while this fight goes on. Hey, Rhino, are you in the room? You shouldn't be. Okay, well, whatever. I'm sure that'll work out fine. I just had a brief panic with Rhino, but... No, it's all good. Okay, so as soon as you're back here, we'll send... like... We'll get Adam in here to work this. We'll get Laverne in here to work this as soon as they're healed, which they are. We get... Spider-Bod, there we are. A red weapon. Okay. It's also a Teth red weapon. I mean, I guess for 4 of it, it beats the beat sticks we have in training, so... Upgrade there, I guess. You know, whoopee. But yeah, nothing hugely to write home about. Maybe we just get, maybe we just get better training armor out of this. I don't know. How I feel about it. Can I just point out that Judgment Bird is a fucking awesome, like, truly fucking amazing war abnormality? Like, cornerstone staple of, like, breaking into Aleph, potentially for some playthroughs, I can imagine. So it's a war that gives you Aleph stuff. Oh, H your higher ego extracted 1 out of 5. Oh, because we're extracting 2 of this. Oh, hang on. Is this possible? We can get 3 out of here. Is there, like, anything? Because I didn't... The ore hire bit completely skipped me for some reason. Is there, like, anything we can get? Like... Probably not, is the sad truth of things. Yeah, we just need to rock up to an HE abnormality. It also begs the question, why are we doing this now then, when we might need to just, like, run some other people into the meat grinder later and then regrind Aleph stuff. Well, if we are regrinding Aleph stuff, it's not going to be the capo, I'll tell you that much. Like, is there any Child of the Galaxy stuff? Or Schadenfreude? Really just need 2 of it. Yeah, and there's no one really I'd want to, like, axe for that kind of stuff. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe there's something to be said about a missed opportunity there. To reduce the amount that we could have potentially made from today. But we're in no real rush. We can, you know, plan ahead better for tomorrow. That's, like, better than the standard armor. It's also, you only get 2 of it, so... I can't be compelled to care on that one. I'm gonna be honest. Right, Rhino. I think you can probably take 1 more of these without. No, you know what? At minus 12%, I'm not gonna fuck around with Rhino going insane. In there, I'm just gonna send Adam to do the thing. We've got a system that works. That's not, you know, rock the boat on it. Does anyone in Central Command have red resistance and need instinct training? Yeah, I believe Igor does. Because we also want to be looking at, you know, just, I guess, other little bits of training here to keep people ticking over. Because I've been told on reliable sources in the comments of my YouTube video, or the YouTube VOD, I should say, that stat decay is not a thing. That's just something I made up. What's your ego gift, actually? Absorb white damage from the corresponding ego suit's equipped. Yeah, that's what I would call pretty good. It's a shame that no one has it, but I guess it's, like, also incredibly rare. Yeah, like a 1% probability of acquiring. So, fair enough on that one. Although having someone work with the capo who just absorbs white damage would be hilarious. Or even Blue Star, actually. We can promise you it's an ego gift. So you need someone who can already work with Silent Orchestra, which means they probably could have worked with Blue Star anyway. So it's not like you can have this armor that absorbs white damage, give it to, like, a low-rank employee, and then just have them train all their stats on Blue Star. Which is unfortunate, because that sounds very funny, but... Okay, do I want to go for the full 3 today? Or, like I say, am I really that concerned about, quota? I mean, we're on 400, and we've basically just been dicking about, so, like, I can't say I'm too concerned. Yeah, we keep getting Adam in there. We probably should be switching over to Eden roundabout now, but I'm going to do it 1 late, because, what if Adam's really good at his job? And just gets 5 in a row, you know, straight off the bat. And then as long as you kind of just, like, level pegs from here, he's probably guaranteed, like, a 15. Like, if anything, he's going to do too much. He's, in fact, done too much. He was too good at his job. We must now prepare for war. By prepare for war, I mean select some people and then right-click when the arrow turns red. Right, places, ladies and gents. We want this bit of the screen. There we go. That is the earliest frame I could possibly have hit you on. You are so cooked. Like, the amount of cooked you are is not even funny. Need any work with Spider Bud? I do kind of want to get 80 off of Spider Bud, to be fair. I know it's also... I've just moaned about quota, and then I'm, like, working a Teth abnormality of all things. But does anyone on training want to come down here and do this? Because, like, some of you must need some stuff here, right? Yeah. I should stop sending Anti-Pixel down there, because the Teth's going to do nothing for him. And I should just get training to come down here. And, like, cycle them. You know, everyone on training gets one. And I'm going to do this, again, a slightly smarter way. I'm going to have training recall to up here. And kind of when they get to a place where I can reasonably identify them. There we are. There's the 5 of them. Now if you could all come down to record, which I know is the exact opposite direction of the way I just sent you, but like... I'm trying my best out here. Right, Eden here. Because I probably want to protect you when it comes to the worms anyway, because the worm's like one of the few dawns that like might deal damage to you. Right, and then let's get... Like I said, let's just go down the line once for training some Morgana up first. Eden gonna give Silent Orchestra a crack here. Probably if everyone else like returns to their departments, but also I kind of like having the Pale Squad just kind of live here. You know what? Everyone returns to their departments, and then I'm gonna reassign Pale Squad to kind of where they're at. I'm also going to keep control down in, like, Central Command, because that just makes a certain amount of sense to me. And then Pale Squad, like, literally just stay here. Actually, no, stay up here, because I don't want Disciplinary... Yeah, see, Disciplinary is going to move back down here, I think. Yeah, so there's 1, 2... How many people got in Disciplinary? Like, 4? Hey, buddy, did you... What? Oh, your control team, that's why you're still there. Yeah, no, I see. Fair enough. We've only got 2 people here who are... Oh, it's because Haru is 1 and... Who else is in here? Disciplinary team captain. And, yeah, okay, so 2 of them are up there. So we're going to do a little swap here. We're going to have you 2 move here and you lot move down here. There we go. Leaves you 2 up there. I think this should be enough, like, faffing around for our purposes. We can totally get, like, both weapons in the armor today. Let's just be real here. I'm gonna send Eden in again. We're gonna hope that this doesn't drop by 1, although I seem to be cursed in that, like, it probably will at this point. Because I know that fighting you isn't too big of a deal, but I would like 2 clean runs before I have to do it on the next cycle. It does not look like we're going to be given that, though, because Eden's just got 17 wrong in a row. Holy shit. Well, guess I'm cursed. So Morgana just worked this. I sent control team back to control. I'm a fool. Get back down here, you numbskulls. I'm blaming you, even though it's quite clearly my fault. Whatever. We move. Okay. So how much are we at? 162. So yeah, we're, like, not that far from the second Da Capo, which, like, as I say, very much needed. And then a second bit of, like, armor. For... I was going to put it on information team, but the more I think about it, the more I kind of hate the idea. Just, like, on principle. There's so many better weapons that we could use. Like, there's a case to be made for just stack everything, all the Aleph stuff on Disciplinary that's not on Control. And then just be like, right, they're like Control Team 2 now. So, you know, fucking eat that. And then probably our next best stuff goes to welfare on the armor front at least. We don't really care about their weapons. They're just like people who have high temperance and are good for working stuff. And then divvy the rest up from there. I think that's probably like the optimal, but it also means a full rechange of stuff. And I kind of like my setup I've got now. If we get stuck, a retool like that may be on the cards, but for now, I think we're like very fine. Right, training team. I believe it's Aubrey's turn to get in there. So let's do that. And then... the worms. Oh, and punishing birds out. Cool. Okay, so there's some worms down there, there's some worms over here, but, like, the pale damage squad are actually just gonna clean house here. Like, it's not even gonna be... It's not even really gonna be a question. Control team are gonna clean up there, that's also not really a question. I trust you two to handle these, and you two to handle these. Like I say, it's dawn. We don't have to worry about anything, really. We might have to worry about some of our upper layers having to deal, like, double or triple shifts, but... You know, we do what we must because we can. I'm interested to see how training gets on in here. The answer is not brilliantly, honestly. They are taking some lumps. Blue Noon. Okay, right. Yeah, this is, Holy shit, the clerks just dealt with them. Nice. I hate to tell you, training team, but you're getting outclassed by the clerks at the minute. Which is, must be very embarrassing for you. Not these clerks, though. These clerks are apparently a little bit shit. I'm going to assume some other ones teleported up here, not that you're still struggling with the first group. We're not losing quite a lot of clerks, actually. Okay, you lot cleaned up there. That's good. You lot cleaned up there. That's good. Control team has predictably cleaned up there, though I guess you can go this side as well if you're hankering for seconds. The bird is beating my employees up again. Safety, do you want to go up here? And info, just come back here. You've done enough. Oh, okay, sure. They just fucked off. Neat. Very much about them doing that. Right, so I think we send... I'm going to put Rhino in here. Because someone else needs the Temperance working without taking, like, too much damage. While the going's good, you know. And we probably have to take another fight here, but that's, you know, like... I was going to say punishing birds in the way, maybe it's an issue, but punishing bird has literally just gone back, so... Not a problem for us anymore. Because the worst thing we could probably do is have someone accidentally hit punishing bird while they're, like, trying to shoot at silent orchestra, and then... we have to deal with that. Because, again, one of the very few other ways this could go wrong... is something like that. Cool, I'm going to stop you right there before you hide my pod. Titania, if you could... Yeah, instinct. I keep almost reading that as insight. Also, can I select you? There we go. There he is. There he is. Just wait for the arrow to turn red. Hey, Silent Orchestra, can you do your job and make this quieter, please? God, this combat's loud. Okay. Still kind of loud, honestly. There we are. Nice and zoomed out. We don't really need to know what's going on. We know the outcome. We've run this simulation just a handful of times before. There we go. Some of them do look a little beat up after that one. It's got to be said. I guess now that you've all basically healed, though, we should send Laverne to this and Chris to this. Just, again, make sure we're keeping up with the meltdowns here. We do have a Blue Noon next, which again is going to require some shepherding of our trainees. So we want to be a little careful about that. Okay, who was just worked? So it's Titania. So if we're going down the line, just before I forget, let's send McKenna in there. It's like one instinct work with a Teth, so it's not, you know, perhaps the most to write home about, but I think Rhino can take one more time in here as well. And that'll get us our second weapon. And then, like I say, yeah, is there maybe just a person who's wearing, like, double HE who we can, like, sacrifice to the Great Old Ones? There is, but, well, that, mate, okay, I tell you what. Is there anyone on information who we can potentially... That's Aleph and Teth. So, no. That's worn HE, but I can't get that war thing back. Or the HE thing, actually, so you're just kind of, like, not helpful in the slightest. Again, there's There's some options here, but Welanom isn't even the worst person to sacrifice, actually. You know, the question is, do we tee them up on the altar? And I'm gonna be honest, for the sake of the quest, it's kind of crazy to me that I'm considering this, but I think we're better off sacking Welanom and then buying those 2 remaining HE or above things. Because you have no ego gifts, right? Oh no, you've got like... Meh. Honestly. Your stats aren't great. They're not the worst I've seen, but they're not like anything to write home about. And we have enough stuff for another Firebird armor easily. Yeah. And we must have enough for pleasure, because I remember the last time we bought anything from pleasure. So, yeah, I think honestly... just something like the heart, where it's like if you put it back to... or like Crazed Researcher, maybe? Does Yang do this, actually? We haven't fully discovered Yang, and I feel like I want to do that kind of before too long. Let me sit here. We don't really want the fish getting out either. What's our cumulative time on this? We can't tell until we put it back. Excellent. Right, we'll put it back then. Cumulative time is 1:42. Okay. We could honestly just, you know, like, again, kind of side objective I'm getting distracted with, but Welanom was kind of like your last, you know, tour of duty. Do you want to just keep picking this up and putting it back for a bit? Like, I would love you to hold it for about 20 seconds or so, but this is, like, sped up time, so my draft of how long that is going to be a bit whack. Oh, we've just hit that, which is good. Ensure that you do not place Yangsware in the containment unit of the fish. Got you. Yeah, do not bring the yin and the yang together, otherwise a bad thing happen. Then we need 3 minutes and 3 minutes 20. That's like an extra minute. We can return that. I just saw some like green sparks come off you. I'm gonna take like a green sparks. Oh, it's because you're just stood in safety and that's healing you. Yeah, no, that makes more sense. That was about 30 seconds, allegedly. So yeah, we're gonna just, again, just keep picking this up and putting it down. More to like tick a box and get it out the way. And also another reason why we don't really want to reset like a memory repo amount at this point. It does mean sacrificing Welanom to the great old gods, but sometimes it's... Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. That's a really big problem. That's a fucking monumental problem, actually. Oh, fuck. This is what I get for messing around. Right. I need to throw fucking everyone I have. This isn't even a joke. I think we call rabbits here. I think we just straight call rabbits here. Now, I know this thing acts like a beam. I seem to remember this thing acting like a beam. So, I'm going to have all of you move up to control here. Everyone else, for the love of God, don't move in. Where is Welanom? Oh. Well, I mean, this makes this a lot easier, to be fair. Yeah, okay, this, again, I'm lamenting our energy quota stuff, but I think you have to just rabbits this. It's the only way we get people there quick enough. Agents 1, Clerks 9, yeah, it's gotta be done, gotta be done. Because if they meet, that's gonna be bad. Yeah, maybe this is an overreaction, but I can't allow them to be together. We're rabbitsing. It's dire. Fucking shoot them. Wait, what? What happened? Why are people freaking out? Welanom is dead. Oliver is dead? How is Oliver dead? Did the entirety of safety just get murked? I thought I got you out. No, hold on. What the fuck's happening? Why the fuck is Central Command getting murked? Wait, what? No, I don't understand. Sorry. Were they, like, just about to get in? Why is everyone from Central Command dying? What? No, seriously, what? What happened? See, this is a bit more fair enough. Okay, so that was going to happen anyway. Alright, you know what? I got fancy with it. I tried to mess around. Don't pick it up for more than a certain amount per day, not just per... what's it? We live and we learn, you know? And it's something we do want to get done today. Right, okay. But this gives us a golden opportunity to just make a sacrificial lamb for the sake of this quest. Which, as I say, I'm all about doing. But yeah, okay, so it also, even if I call rabbits on that, it's like, it's done, it's cooked. You can't do that. So, we're gonna just hire, Geminiano. I'm sorry for your horrendous fate you're about to suffer. Oops, I don't want to customize you. Never mind, I guess you got off the hook. Quinn. You are now our sacrificial lamb. So, I need to give you 2 HE weapons. Or HE things. Let's give you... something we've got a lot of. Oh, I need to actually assign you to a department first, yeah. That would help. You can go on information, I guess. No, I don't want to hire other people. I want to go to the ego list. Right. Okay, in a roundabout sense, this works out fine. It's a little frustrating that this is like attempt 3 on this day now, but I think that's just kind of part of the Lobotomy Corp shtick. From what I've seen, you know, a lot of people have been really encouraging me with this and have been like, ah, you know, don't worry about it. It happens. So I'm going to just take that as my, you know, rationale going forward. We got another, we have got another one of these. Let's just put you in full pleasure armor. I hate saying that, actually. Right. Then begin management. And then literally, you know, exact same thing as last time. We're going to, move like, did I say most disciplinary? Tasha, you can actually stay here. And who's got the... and Haru. You can also stay here. You two can move to top floor, which just leaves Mason from here. I'm getting... Laverne, sorry, not Mason. Laverne can come down here, although for the rest of you from control could also just move down. Because you've got all the good stuff, that would be greatly appreciated. Kim, gonna need you over here. There's someone else with a sword. Tom, gonna need you over here. And I believe it's Zenki? Yeah, Zenki, there we are. Final component of the the Pale Damage Stomp crew. Right, now let's learn a lesson. First, let's send Wellenom to pick this up. And she can hold it until we get that number 3. Oh no, let's just test our theory, right? Because this should be... Can you please stand a bit closer? You're making me very nervous. We're just gonna get this number 3, and then we're gonna put it back. I'm assuming it's not like... Yeah, okay, so... You haven't even got that yet. There we go. Right, now return it and we don't touch that thing for the rest of the day. Okay, right. That's fine. We just wanted that, honestly. And our cumulative usage time is now... I just want to check the 2 minutes 4. We could do a little more. We're going to greed it for just a little more. But, like, I am very conscious that, like... overdoing it spells complete catastrophe for us, so... There we are, 2:23. Fine, we can do like 40 seconds tomorrow, 20 the day after. No issue there. Right. A bit of a trek for central command to work from there, actually, so I might do a bit of a switcheroo between you and you. And then I think we want Rhino first up to the plate here. And then, like, Laverne can do this while they're waiting. We can get Chris on this. There we go. And then move all of training down to records. Is this records or is this architecture? Might be architecture. And then we're just going to, you know, run them through here. We may as well. Have them train and work that out instead of doing that in 2 separate batches, which might help the energy quota situation as well. I suppose the only other thing we need to do now, really, is, like, pop, Quinn. I think I know just how I'm going to do it. You're going to go and pick up Notes McRae's researcher, then just immediately explode. And that should give us the 2, like, lost bits of gear from Pleasure that we need. We get those 2, and then 3 gear from here makes that 5, so we clear this quest. Which is just gravy. And then we try and see what the next quest is, and if that's possible at all. We might not even have to do a quest, actually. Tomorrow might just be straight, you know, pure and simple training. Because maybe I don't choose to put another abnormality in that department. You know? Okay, you pick that up now, immediately return it and explode. Thank you. And then, oh, hey, look. 1, 2. Yippee! All I had to do was kill her, man. Right. So Morgana's just gone. We'll take Aubrey next, but, you know, we will try and give you some idea of what's going on in there. Should have just got the name, probably, to know how it works now, but hey-ho. Oh. And then, yeah, so it's just a case of fully grinding out Silent Orchestra today, which is something we wanted to do anyway, so this aligns a lot of our goals into one thing and is a more efficient way of playing the day than I had first planned, so in a way it's good. I got set back a couple of times. Oh, I tell you what, I don't mind telling you, the heat where I am, still very much a menace. It is not very cool and groovy in here. Oh, that's 18. Hold on, I realised we have to fight you. Neat. Adam, I'm going to ask you to go in here next, though, because Rhino is looking a little worse for wear, and we're on, like, the minus 12% range. 19, sounds like we're grabbing all of that. And we're sending, yeah, I don't know, Tanya in there next. There we go. Uh, 112. We do have enough for... No, we don't have enough for the armor, actually. We want to do weapons first, though, anyway. I think get, like, the big pain-in-the-arse ones out the way and just have the last armor be, like, the last little stretch. There we go. Red Bud. Or Spider Bud, sorry. Got your name wrong. That's a good work on... Okay, McKenna, go in there. It's a good work on Silent Orchestra, so we're going to need to prepare for some roughhousing. There we go. You were there. Where have you gone? Oh, you moved up. Right, I see. Well, a bit of a late start, but I think it should still be good enough that we can take you on pretty comfortably here. There we go. But, you know what, have that just move over there, because I don't really care. Would love to know how much energy I'm on, but, yeah. Guess we'll wait and see. Oh, fuck. Hold on. You're not dead. Oh, shitting balls. Right. This isn't meant to happen. Well, this is what I get for late cycling you, I guess. Right, Rhino. Oh, fuck. Do either of you carry black weapons? You're not showing me. You don't, and you don't. Fuck. Okay, hold on. We can fix this. Hey. Oh, it's because you two were over here. I didn't put you in the room. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, does anyone from Central Command specifically have black weapons? Some of you motherfuckers should have. It's not going to take much. I just need bodies, like, in here shooting. Before this gets, like, out of hand. You two and Rhino might do it. I'm going to really hope you do. And then a lot of you get out of there. Except for, actually, Kim, you can stay in there. And I don't know where our other... She's fucking out here, isn't she? Tasha, get in there. Let's hope we can random some, black damage. They're doing it. We do really need to step on it, though, with this. Fuck! Oh, it's really bad. Oh, fuck. Okay, right. Shit. It's not red damage yet, it's white damage. Oh, bad. Oh, so bad. Random girls, I'm gonna need you to just keep plinking away at it. This might be the best case for using those that I've ever seen, actually, because they're basically the only people who can get there on time. Because Central Command is such a fucking jungle to get through that, like... Okay, no, you're not... Oh my god, you are Control. Oh my god, you are Control. I just didn't see the Aleph weapon because I haven't fucking equipped it again. Oh. It's all falling apart. Right. Just keep plinking away. Thank the Lord. Okay. Okay, right. What did we learn? Don't be a fucking idiot and put all of your pale damage users in the room. Is it summer over there in the glade? Sorry, Mimi, I've only just looked up. I had a bit of a crisis there. It is indeed summer. It is so hot, and I built my house on, you know, the good old kind of British construction values that I'm used to, in that it holds all the heat in the summer and holds fucking none of it in the winter. Which you may think is a terrible way to design houses, and I would agree with you, but I would also say, hey, look, you know, some traditions we gotta stick to. So, as a result, I am roasting in here. It's kind of bad. We should probably get this as well, actually, and then just look for the 4 spider bud weapons. Okay, right. What's our plan here? Like Adam, probably? I can't believe I just straight up forgot to put, like, half the pale team in the room. Like, yeah, no wonder you didn't one-cycle it, genius. And then almost fucked it up had it not been for the fact that I actually kept, In the Name of Love and Hate around. What a fucking shit show. Woo! Oh. But yeah, now to answer your question, it's summer. It's too warm. I don't like it. Don't like it at all, actually. And yeah. It's kind of how we schmoove at the minute. We're looking like we're not going to trigger the counter here, which is great. Up to about like 150-ish. 157 actually, almost 160, so definitely no complaints there. Adam, he's off cooldown, like literally just get back in there because I know you haven't taken any damage from that. That the capo armor is just bulletproof against this kind of stuff. We're going to have a 1 meltdown soon. Might be Judgment Bird, might be Spider Bud. No real great shakes either way, if I'm being entirely honest. I reckon we just cycle everyone through here one more time just to get the gear and then be like, okay, thanks, bye. Adam's still doing very well here, actually. What's our meltdown? It's the bird. We're gonna... Sure, Grammar, you're there and you need attachment. Go do that. I'm sure the bird won't, like, murk you. You've got, like, a 1.5 resistance. It'll be fine. That was a good work result, Adam. Why have you... Why, on a 19 as well? That's what really cheeses my onions. It's like... If you're gonna do good, at least get, like, a 23 or something. But, like, a 19, you're just... To be fair, the thing just reset. Although, again, I'm not sure whether the penalties carry over mid. I'm dubious to how that works. Right. Let's set Aubrey up. But that might be why that happened. We're gonna get Rhino back in there for some more, attachment training. Probably trigger another event, but that's kind of fine. Which means now is not a good time to go work with Blue Star, but it is a good time to go work with, nothing there. Ooh. So we can do that, pretty handily. This looks like it might be a pretty stellar performance from Rhino if they don't, never mind, it's terrible. And we're taking another fight. Which this time everyone is present for. We've done our register. Right, now remember that it appears slightly higher on the screen than you think. There's the bugger. Get him. Right, basically perfect. I can now go... So it was Aubrey who was last to work the spider bud, apparently. So we're gonna... Yeah, movement 1, very cool. Titania, you can go there next. Attachment bird did not kill Gremry, which is cool. Doot. 5 FPS fighting. It does the job. Hey, there we go. Are we almost up to armor set number... We're not even past armor set number 1 at the minute, but... To be fair, armor set number 1 is like 2/5 of the way there, so if you think about it like that, we're actually making some good pace here. I'm going to send Rhino in one more time. God, Rhino's Fortitude and Prudence both fucking suck as well, actually. Like, the only good stat that man has is Justice. And I'm counting at this point anything below 100 as sucking, because we have 120. You know, there's really really no two bones about it. We should be doing better. Also, we should be speeding up here. So, now you've healed as well, by the way, I assume, Laverne. Now we want to have you work repression here, because your Justice could be better. Like, it's not terrible, but if you're wielding Just Eater, I need to see some, like, max stats on you. Because that's like our front runner there. So it's Titania who worked with you last, so we're going to switch things over to Kenna, and then whoever the last person in the queue is that I didn't look at the name for. Punishing Bird is out. Okay, sure. Just, like, don't accidentally attack it when you're trying to inevitably shoot down Silent Orchestra, and we'll be fine here. There we go. Right. Ow. Alrighty then, there we go. We've got a red Dawn this time, which is a little bit more of an issue than the orange one, because this can let some nasty stuff out. Admittedly, most of our nasty stuff is localized to, like, here, where Control can pretty reasonably get to any judgment, like, any, side of it, so... In a sense, what do we care? But, I don't know, I think we care enough, maybe, that... We just want to make sure we're on our toes before, like, you know, an Aleph gets out and then we're all fucked. Alright, Yum Yum. That was the last person. How could I forget? Also, there we go. Let's go grab those. I think that could be the new training department, like, standard. Just, like, a sanity stick and 4 spider buds. Because we may as well give them something stronger than the normal patterns, and I'm not going to use the spider buds anywhere else. Let's be entirely real here. So let's just give them, like, you know, a little bit more fighting chance against, like, Dawn ordeals. So 17, that's very good. Also, this is, like, more than enough for our first weapon. Which is cool and groovy. Let's go in for another, shall we? And yeah, okay, right. I think I can kind of exhale a bit now. I think I've got this day down. Like, maybe that's folly. You know, I've been wrong about this kind of stuff before. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, I definitely think, I can just exhale a bit now. We've pretty much got this day on lock. As long as we don't do anything stupid. Here we go. Ooh, that's a 12, or a 13 from, Adam, which I guess means it's time for Eden to take up the reins. See if we can get any, No, it's a 13, which is actually just on, but still, I think it's time for Eden to take up the reins here. Given that their temperance is a bit better, and she can also tank this reasonably. In that blue star armor. Sure. Oh, that's lovely. It makes me realize how tense this game makes me, just taking a step back for a second. Cause like, I feel like I've been like a coiled spring for the past 2 hours trying to make sure all this runs normally. I'm not even in like the most complicated facility either. I've got like 3 things to keep an eye on. I'm just tired and neglecting them. Right. I say we do one more work with Silent Orchestra. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I care about the red armor. Like, I think training team has better things to do than to fuck around with a tech. Like, I'm going to cycle them through something for instinct. Should it not be, like, the HE? I suppose not all of them can do that yet, though, because you need a certain level of temperance first. Which is a fair shout. Right. Eden, I'm going to need you to come over here and check this. And then... I'm not sure how I'm feeling about my my last little have you two stand here so the clown does come along, you can take care of it. I trust you lot to walk around here. If the main thing I'm scared about is Dream of a Black Swan getting out, honestly. If Firebird gets out, we can move you out of the way, it's fine. It might be a bit touch and go, but we can do it. Things that obviously, you know, the A-lifts, don't let them out. This top row we genuinely don't care about. And we should have enough people covering here, like it'll be fine. And the only thing we really give any kind of a remote shit about here is Yin Yang. Is Merlin still amongst you, actually? She should be, right? Yeah, she's just here, right. Well, congratulations on not becoming a sacrificial lamb, by the way, Merlin. I'm not sure I've actually spoken to you about that yet. But... yeah, you didn't die this time round, which is cool. Okay, who do I want to do my last bit of work with? Someone on information must need, like, this, because they always blooming do. Yeah, like, you're wielding an A-lift weapon, but you're like, 91 justice. I mean, that's, frankly, insulting. We should definitely have that fixed up, like, immediately. Okay, what are we looking at here? We're looking at this training team go on an outing there because it's funny. You two, we don't really care about this. We don't hugely care about this either, to be fair. Well, I could be persuaded to be baited down here. Yeah, have you lot beat up that. Anything here? We don't really want anything getting out in this. Well, we don't King of Greed getting out. Unfortunately, that clown has chosen the wrong corridor. And will now be punished for his crime. Right, you two need to get up here, because I don't really want Firebird getting out. I know we said, like, it's avoidable, but the best way to avoid it is not to get in that situation in the first place. Ancient fighting game adage. That still serves me well to this day. I guess we can send Control up here, because I'll probably make it there pretty fast. You two are already on that. No one's on Spider-Bud, but can I be entirely real? Who cares? I guess if we need to, Disciplinary can go down there and take it. But, or what's left of Disciplinary that isn't already on the Pal Squad. Yeah, Pal Squad's already dealt with theirs. You've already dealt with that, so we can have you there. Training has done a bang-up job up here, actually, so let's send them over here. There we go. You two here, I guess. And then, is there any more cleanup that needs to be done? Doesn't look like it. Looks like this is the last one. No. Okay, that's slightly worrying. No, he just teleported. He's now on Schadenfreude. We do need to stop that breaching. I mean, if it does breach again, one of probably the easiest abnormalities to fight in the game, because you just don't look at it and it can't attack, so... not a huge issue if it... Oh, God. For Christ's sake, where are you now? Right, this is significantly more of a problem. Luckily, you've once again chosen the wrong corridor to be in. Actually, this is maybe monumental greed, but, like, can I ask you two to not and leave this to the Pale Squad? Just so I don't have to separate you out again. There we go. A green noon, which is, it's bigger robots. It's not the factory robots, but it's bigger robots. It's like the armored ones. So training will need shepherding here, because I think that will mess them up like something fierce. What counter are we on? We're on a counter of 1 with Silent Orchestra, so we probably want to pop that with, like, Rhino before Laverne goes to work with Blue Star. We also want, again, just another 1 work with, nothing there. Because it's good money. And then we literally just dump everything, we dump everything we can into the Silent Orchestra until we get these weapons and armor. And then we just carry out the rest of the day. And the second we see a Dusk event, we kind of shit ourselves, but, you know, hopefully we don't get that far. We get our energy quota before then, you know, we just train up until that point, and then when we see it, we bail. That's the long and short of it. That's a 22, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, great work, Rhino, but also we are now going to be engaging in combat. Do 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 do. Are you here yet? Yep, there you are. Get him. Very loud slapping noises. Yeah, you enjoy that movement, one buddy. I'm just gonna be here, trying not to listen to your bullshit, actually. There we go. Nice. Cool and good. Now, if you could return to here so I can continue slapping the shit out of you, that would be great. I might actually, you know, I might kind of break my oath a bit and just go this next. So we have 1 thing left to get, and then also, like, 1 thing before this, quest fills up. I'm purely being driven by number go up here, but, you know, do you know what? If it works for my mental, it works for my mood. It doesn't really hugely matter which order we do these in. Laverne, I'm gonna need you here as well before I forget. Do I want to risk a second work there with Laverne? I mean, like, kind of, but also at the same time, maybe not. You know? I'm gonna just see what we can do for that. Would help if I sped things up, so that we weren't waiting like 3 to 5 working days for 1 cycle to go through. There we go. And then Green Noon. I think Green Noon is probably probably a death ball angle. It'd be pretty easy if we death ball it. I could do like 2 death balls, but then I have to like work out how I want to split my units, and it's like, Like, I guess you do upper lower. But you maybe include these, like, because you eventually want to make upper, mid, and lower their own, like, separate death balls, but in this case, I think you just add lower to upper and have mid do its own thing. Is, like, maybe how I would do it. I'm not 100% sure. Was that Rhino again? My god. Man is unstoppable all of a sudden. Well, keep working. Until I start seeing some lower numbers, there's really no reason to pull you out. So we're going to be keeping up on that front. Let me... Sorry, I'm just going to tab out and check some things here. Yep, there we go. Oh. Hang on, is this not connected properly again? For fuck's sake, of course it hasn't connected properly. Why would it connect properly? God, I hate bloody OBS sometimes. Yeah, hi. Account, what the fuck's going on here? I clearly am streaming on YouTube. You're just not showing me that. Right, studio. We're not, like, fighting, Silent Auction. I know we're not. Cool. Yeah. So I'm live, and I don't have a thumbnail. Fucking God. Okay, sure. Sure, why not? Why not, you know? Why not just fuck me up with that? Can I add the thumbnail here? I know this is folly to do this midstream, but here we are. Right. Save that. There we go. Christ. Oh, when it just spits out and doesn't do what I ask it to. Right. Okay, there we go. And then we want okay, sure. And then here, and then if I go here, is it going to actually show me what I'm doing? Jesus H, why is this UI so bad? Hey, there we go. And we're there. Right, okay. There we go. Oops. You, and then you, and then... Right, sorry. I'm back in the room. Rhino got a 16 on that. Honestly, sounds like peak time to switch to Adam territory. And then we are only about 150 away from that last weapon now. And then while we're here, I'm tempted to just, like, stock another 100 in Silent Orchestra, because, like... You know, while we've got things moving in this kind of a direction, while we've got the setup going, we may as well get just, like, a bit of, you know, a bit of fat to work with in case of disaster later. Although I guess the simple answer is, hey, just don't have disaster later. But, you know, it's kind of an easier said than done thing. Speaking of disaster, maybe it was a bit early for Adam because they've just scored a 21, which means we're fighting. There you are. You just mouse over till the bleeding arrow turns red, because that's when you know he's there. It's like, hey, there's a targetable thing here. Yeah, because while this UI, while this curtain obscures, the UI doesn't actually stop you from clicking on anything. Which is obviously how I've managed to do, like, the menus a bunch in the past. It's been a pain in the ass, because I can't see anything, but you can do it. Right, and we've reduced you to your constituent atoms once again. Here we go. Right, let's... I think this is another atom angle, I'll be honest. If the last atom did, like, 21, then surely this next atom run can yield some fruit in the form of, I don't know, somewhere between 18 and 13, I think is our range. Is 1813 inclusive? It is 1813 inclusive. Right. And then once we've got that done, we can probably try and... I should probably maybe have a look at this now, just to, like, try and work out what we're doing. So we've got, in training at the minute, here's a much easier way to do this. I should play while I'm doing it. We've got... three Temperance 5s and 2 Justice 5s, so... Really, we want to spend a day reversing that, where we have, like, maybe have one of them work Porcubus to get up to Fortitude 5, 2 of them do Justice, 2 of them do Temperance. Yeah, that sounds about right, and then we'll kind of try and work things around from there. It's an 18. It's actually perfect. Why am I on regular speed? What? That's slightly weird. Okay, we've got an 18 with that. Is Eden going to, like, overdo it? No, I think Adam gets one more shot, honestly. I think we can certainly permit that. Whee. I just realised as well, with the noon event giving us, like, what? It's like 10-15% of our energy quota, so that's like another 110 energy in the bag. We're going to be, like, done on this day not too long after that. Particularly with, you know, a couple more works from our A-lifts. Which is pretty grand news. Because I would like to just bank this day as soon as I get this. And then, kind of move on. Do a nice training day, you know. And then see what we get after that. Because doing 1 day per stream is kind of a... Whoo-wee! It's certainly something, I'll give you that. Not something I feel like I want to repeat too much. Like, oh, hey, I spent 4 hours. How many days did you get through? 2. Yippee! It's like, no. It's not what we're looking for. I should also probably actually... Hold on, I gotta sit up a bit. I like how you can really tell my model when I'm, like, sitting up and when I'm not. Because, like, when I'm back, I'm just like... But, like, the gamer lean is, like, very noticeable. Like, huh? But yeah, also, like, I can lean back like that, and I probably will again at some point this stream. 14, that's within permissible bounds. But, like, I think my mouth tracking gets a little wonky when I do that. Maybe because it's partly hidden by my, like, mic and the pop filter over it. Could be. I do need to consider getting a new audio setup at some point. Like, don't get me wrong, the one here, like, works. I don't think I sound too badly out of it. But there's definitely some, you know... It's a thing where I'm only picked up if the microphone is right next to my face, which means moving about and doing the other VTuber things like, you should be more bouncy and expressive. It's like, well, I'd love to, but if I move, like, you know, an inch too far away, either my mouth is covered, you know, and, like, I'm not getting picked up from here. You can hear me, but, like, I'm behind my mic now. Or alternatively, you can't hear shit now. Well, you probably can, actually, but, like, you can tell I'm definitely not, you know, I'm not as loud as I normally would be. Like, I'm looking at OBS, and it's very muted. But anyway, enough of that. What was I doing? Adam. I wasn't doing Adam. I was sending Adam to go and work the silent orchestra. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Nobody take that out of context. What are we at now? 138? Yeah, we're getting there. Hey, and Adam's got the monocle, which is pretty great, actually. Because the monocle, I've realized as well, is only good if you're wearing that particular armor. So, yeah. Probably important for him, and it'd be important for whoever else gets the armor, but, like, we need to put the armor on them first, and then I guess mash work. 15 is another one in permissible bounds. Adam is actually kind of killing it here, it's gotta be said. Let's see if he can do it again. Like I say, just keep bringing us closer to that sweet 214. And, you know, maybe I'll do a couple more works with, like, Rhino or something in here just to get, you know, some stats up. Okay, it's just punching bird. I paused, I panicked, I realized it was the fucking bird. I no longer care. Right, okay, Zenki's up here. That's where Zenki is, yeah. I was like, where does Zenki go here exactly? But it's just up there. He's just part of the pale paladins up here. Ooh, that's a good work result. You're not meant to do that. Minus 30%, Adam, honestly. You're getting a little too slick with it. I can't send Rhino in there because at 0.6, like, with a low chance of success and a 0.6 white resist rate, there's a good chance they might die. Adam, with that, is now immortal. With the first time I've seen that, the -1 just I absorb white damage, like the I own you. Clean, fucking stat line. The fucking bird, so loud. Like, can you not, buddy? We're trying to have some conversation here, and you're being real rude. Good. Are we done? Are we done? Can we be done now? No, we're gonna... Jesus. We get it! There we go. Right, now I have to think a bit. Because this death ball is gonna need to be... Okay. I think what we do is... We're gonna pull control back up here. And I guess safety and information. Which is a little bit of a crazy thought. We are gonna have to break up the Pale Squad. Which I know, it sucks, but... I think it is what has to be done. Now. what I'm gonna suggest is that we have you three at the bottom go to training, and everyone who's up here currently, actually, we're gonna start in training. We're gonna make sure that's safe for our new recruits, because they're not gonna be able to handle a noon ordeal at the minute. And then we're gonna kind of move out from there. Meanwhile, we're gonna have everyone on mid layer kind of group up in this central command corridor for old time's sake, I guess. And then we're gonna have them like move out and take some stuff from there. I'm gonna send don't really know, if I'm honest. Don't want to send one of the training guys out here in case they have to walk back and then they like just encounter hell on the way there. I think unironically we just send someone to go work with old lady. I think that's the play. Like someone who's gonna absorb white damage, like Adam, if you want to go and observe the old woman. Yeah, here we go. Oh, real bad, real bad. Get the fuck out of there immediately. Okay. Leave. We're just gonna want to play this on normal speed. Right, I need to... So, you're already being mogged, which is excellent. You lot need to make training safe again. There we go. You could... Oh, that's a lot of damage. We tank those, though. We've got to be slightly careful about the amount of red damage we're taking. Because these things don't fuck around with that. You've got barely any employees anyway. I think it's actually... No, you know what? We should come here and then just, like, spread across the apartment from there. Apartment, department. How much red damage have we taken? See, Forenz is kind of in a bad way. It's got to be said. I'm going to just periodically just check on everyone. Yeah, Forenz, I don't think this is your fight, actually. I'm going to make the executive decision. You're getting benched and you're going to stick with training. Just not for you, buddy. Everyone else seems to be doing fine. I'm not seeing any huge causes for concern. So, yeah, we're going to keep moving on as is. And just keep it on the slow burn. No need to rush anything. There we are, that's all good. We're going to move up to here next, then kind of come across and then take out that. You lot have just got down here. That's it, put our guy who resists red in the front. That's what we love to see. Now we're... Oh, hey, hello, there's one of you up here. Well, that simply won't do. There we go. And next, you lot can go here. Both of these squads that should have been pointed out should have some A-lift gear on them, so there's really no excuse for like a huge difference in damage output between them. And I don't think we're observing one currently, so that's good. You know, it shows my theory is on point, shall we say? Here we go. Right. There we go. And there's not actually that much left for you guys to do. I guess you can join up with this death ball here. As can you, Adam. I know I said go stand next to an old lady, but that does mean, like, also once you've done that, participate in the fight. And I think the rest of this should be, like, trivial enough that we can just kind of schmoove everyone about. Okay, now we'll go here and death ball this. And now finish the job and go here and death ball this. Bada bing, bada boom, we're all good. Oh, if you can get him while he's charging. Okay, too much to ask, I guess. So there we are, 958. We actually are so good at this. So everyone back to the departments for a second because I need a moment to think. Or at least to reassemble the Pale Paladins, as I'm now calling them. There we are. Just scoot back on there and we'll see what's occurring. And I guess actually control, since you're all already back up there, it should be known to you by now that you kind of just live there actually. That like control is technically your home department, but like you're having the fastest moving people be more central just makes way more sense. Okay, which ones of you don't deal pale damage? You don't. You do. You sometimes do. You don't. Let's have you two up there. Let's have, where is he? Man of the Hour, Laverne. Here. Zenki, you also need to get in here. And then we've got... two of you in here. Kim and Tom. There they are. You two saunter over here as well. Let's have Laverne take this on slightly early and heal up before we do any messing around. Because we've got people repositioning at the minute, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue if he takes that and then heals, and then we start mashing Silent Orchestra again. We will want Rhino to have first crack at this. And then, yeah, like I say, honestly, it's kind of a done deal. We can actually train a little bit as well. Because we've got, you know, like our next meltdown is like a 1, and then maybe after that's the dusk, but, you know, we don't need to stick around for that. But it still gives us basically 2 full, like, Clifot bars of wiggle room, which is plenty enough for, like, less than 100 PE boxes. Like, you know, we roll over and we make less than 100 PE boxes. Like, it's already gone down to, like, basically 30. So we're not really concerned by that number at all. Right, I believe preparations are in order anyway for Rhino to go and score too highly on this and for us to have to take combat. I hope I've remembered everyone here, because if not, like I say, we may be in a situation again, shall we say. I'm also going to try and make sure that I'm as on point as I can be with, hey, 200. In fact, this one bit of work should get us the armor. Not the armor, the weapon. Which means we'll be able to complete this quest, which is a big yippee. There we go. Bing. And then, yeah, fight this, I guess, one more time. Unless we want that surplus going for us. Like, you know, it's something we could do. I don't see him. Where is he? There he is. Oh, I didn't pause. Oops. Oh, that's a late start. That's a very late start. Hey, just as a precaution, if we're going to want to deal black damage here, like, say, for example, you just come sit here for me. Anyone else we know deals black damage? Yeah, Rhino, you do as well, actually. Can we have our Slimers in the chat? Just, on standby in case this goes poorly. I imagine 2 Slimers in position and also the, In the Name of Love and Hate wielders should be able to finish it off if we're a little late to the jump, but, you know, we might be fine anyway. Okay, false alarm, we're fine, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Now, do I care that much about a buff over here? Like, really? I shouldn't. It's got to be said. Why's your stuff cost more again? It's only discounted when I, don't have it, I guess. Okay. Sure. Right, we are, what, like 110? Yeah, I missed this 100 like, when I was counting earlier. We're 110 PE boxes off. I guess really we should, like I say, we should try and work out our rigmarole here. Although, just getting everyone to, like, maybe, what's a good insight trainer for us? That's going to be a big thing. Like, is there maybe something we can do now that has decent insight training? Okay, not this. This is... No, actually, this is fine. Interesting. Could run everyone through Schadenfreude. I know they can probably survive that. Maybe. Is it risky, though? No, it's not risky because no one's level 5 justicing this, so... the rate at which it does things is probably going to be the same. Also, okay, here's the thing. If I'm ever even slightly unsure at this stage, why are we risking it? Why are we risking, like, another, basically, hour of my life? Because there's no good reason to. That's what you have to remember. There's no good reason to. Like, yeah, we could get some more stats, I guess, but literally just work with a Teth thing. Just play it safe. Like, let's have a bunch of people work with Fragment of the Universe. And let's just be happy about that. Let's just run people through here. You know, slow as we like. Make sure information is back there. I don't know what you're doing there. Trying to pose that they're in training as a desperate attempt to get more stats. I guess was the play there. But yeah, no, we're gonna need some slightly better stuff going on. God, these tests really do not give you a lot, huh? Well, it's kind of fine. That's kind of the vibe we're looking for. Okay, so run these lot through here. Let's put Aubrey in. There we go. Signs of a crazed employee. Oh, like the notes guy? Same guy? Different guy? Dunno. Okay. Right, there we go. And then let's have Titania up to bat next. Maybe Teth is a bit of a low ball, is what I'm starting to realize. Maybe we need HE that does this. Problem is, I don't think we have one. Like the only HE trainer that's like quote unquote good for insight is old Lumberjack. We could just run them all through Child of a Galaxy, actually. I'm back. Hi there, uncaffeinated one. Nice to see you. Glad you returned. Hope you're doing well. I'm currently playing Spot of Lobotomy Corporation. And yeah, just got the hard bit of today out the way, really. Just doing some nice peaceful grinding, in theory. Well, apparently someone is having the shit beaten out of them down here by Punishing Bird. It's very loud. And also, my training employees seem to be having the shit beaten out of them by Fragment of the Universe, which is kind of embarrassing for them, if I'm being real. Like, this thing is kind of just a scribble. But yeah, this isn't really giving us the juice that I would require. I think if we're going to run them all through one thing, just for like a basic stat, why are we not running them through Child of the Galaxy? Is the kind of realization I've come to. Some of you move way faster than others. I'm going to assume that's some ego gift. So I trust I'm alive. Possibly. There has been some timeline switches. You'll have to... I don't think I've got anyone called uncaffeinated. But... Okay, that's just Punching Bird, thank God. Thought it was some weird, weird hybrid thing then. But yeah, if you're not, then we will try and get you inducted back in at our earliest convenience. Right. Let's just down the line here. Okay, then let me grab my numbers. Yeah, do drop your numbers in chat. That will be a huge help for speeding the process up, actually. I don't know, like, you might have to wait till the next training cycle, because I've got 5 trainees here at the minute. Anyway. Name decaf, front hairstyle, 0 back. Oh, wow, yeah, okay. Right. I will note that down somewhere, and either on the next inductee of trainees, or maybe I can spend a couple of points to, like, splurge you up. Remind me when you were last inducted? Because, like I said, there's been a few timeline hitches since then, shall we say. And I think I've lost, like, a couple of waves of people. I like being exact. I mean, yeah. Like I say, more power to you, and also helps me out a bunch, so I'm all for it. Oh. God, the only problem with working with Child of the Galaxy is that I'd have to listen to nothing there, like, breathe heavily for ages. Which is kind of a pain. Right, here we go. Let's, So that was Aubrey who just went. So Titania's next up. We can probably run them all through Child of the Galaxy one more time as well. I think just having, you know, a baseline like 4 insight is going to be good for them not eating shit in other bits of training. I guess really you should always level Fortitude before Insight, so that in the event of high black damage, you go insane and run out the room before you, like, perish. But, you know, mistakes were made. What do you want me to say? Right. And McKenna, let's get you in there. Everybody gets a Child of the Galaxy token. Yippee! Pretty sure when you were on your first core suppressions. Oh wow, yeah, that was a hot minute ago. I've learned and grown as a person since then. I'll tell you that much. Mainly, I've learned that one cycling this game, unlike my initial hopes, is going to be impossible. Because apparently, to get the good ending, you have to like have full logs on every abnormality, and I'm not re-rolling for all that on stream. So we're gonna do all the meltdowns this run and get like the quote-unquote normal ending, and then off stream I'll grind all the stuff, and then we'll look at the cool and fancy ending together. Oh, we've got another meltdown level. Oh, I mean, we could keep going then. We could. Where's Zenki nowadays? Oh, he's probably still here, isn't he? Yeah, okay. Well, he doesn't particularly need anyone on disciplinary who needs... Cedric, why is your fortitude like ass cheeks? Can you... can you fix that, please? Then Yum Yum's in here. Right. There we go. But yeah, no, welcome back after that. That stint of time anyway, caffeinated. I'm very glad you've come back to see me again. It's much appreciated. Oh, right. I mean, honestly, we could just keep mashing this for a bit. Maybe I run everyone through here like 2 or 3 times. Get some nice stats out of it. God, and they also do way better when they've got a token. So yeah, I also just haven't seen your stream. I mean, and fair play, yeah. But yeah, the long and short of like, you know, the stream outcomes is that we've got a decent way through. We tried a secret boss that we apparently need to do to get the good ending, so I'm not sure how secret it is. Completely balls that up. Reset, tried to do some other things, reset that as well. And now we're just like, okay, just clear quests, train employees, don't memory repo this because I'd have to remember like 5 different, which one? The Apocalypse Bird one. I got a tip that might be a thing that I could apparently do, according to some simulations my chat had run, and I tried it, and boy howdy could I not do that. Yeah. But apparently, like, it's a secret boss, but it's also a requirement for the good ending, so, like, Like, I really hope the game tells you at some point, oh yeah, by the way, this is a thing you need to do. Knowing Lobotomy Corp, it might not, but, you know, just, like... It requires good agents. I mean, I've got, like, some like, you know, level 5 agents kitted out in Aleph here. It's just, you know, was not meant to be, I don't think. Because there's a lot of the boss, that it doesn't. Are we sarcasming? Do forgive me. I struggle to intonate tone via text. Yeah, no, I mean, like, overall good agents. Oh, right. Okay. It's like, as opposed to having some individual ones that are, like, in Aleph and Pog, just everyone has to be generally good. I think I pick up what you're putting down there, yeah. But the point is, like, I think there's the other problem I have with that boss is that there's so much stuff that, like, it doesn't tell you. Like, oh, hey, it spawns 3 bulbs, but each bulb was only affected by a certain damage type. No, I don't know how you were meant to work that out before, like, half your facility gets set on fire. Everyone at least level 4 force and prudence good. Oh, yeah, no, I'm on that already. That's easy. Like, everyone is min 5 here, and I'm, like, calling people who've got, like, 90 in a stat ass, because they really should be higher than that. Like, particularly with our caps being at, like, 120 or 130 or whatever now, like, that's the new standard. That's what we're aiming for. I definitely think we should run people through one more time here, but I'm not sure I'm going to do more than that, because I think moving on to a new day is going to be more beneficial than just doing it. And also kind of maybe at least war gear. Most of my people have that, to be fair. Like, ignore training, because I deliberately don't give them anything yet. But I think, like, most of my people have, like, war-type stuff. Like, all of Control is just decked out in Aleph stuff. Eden will be, I forgot to equip a weapon. The war gear is kind of optional, but helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, like, aside from the people who I keep getting to give weapons, like this person's got just, like, the basic stick, like, we're looking like maybe some HE in places, but like, you know, there's a good smattering of wars across the board. But yeah, even with that, it's just like there was so much I had to try and like work out on the fly in that fight. I just wasn't up to it at the time. But like I say, I think it's something I'll probably do on the rebound when I've got full time to prepare for it and study up about this boss, and I've already seen the normal ending and I like don't care and I just want to have a guide on how to reach the good ending essentially. Like it's not as throwing in the towel as just looking up the good ending on YouTube, so I'm counting it still as like a moral victory. But yeah. It's you know, it's something I'm gonna try and work towards after I do this. So like this ending is just gonna be like normal ending. We just want the meltdowns done. That's my only stipulation. And then we do whatever the last bit is. And maybe if it's a huge horrible boss, we learn from it. Long story short, get 100% of the decks in every suppression. Okay. I think on this playthrough, is there a mark for like whether you've done a suppression for something or not? Or is it just like, no, you have to do the secret ones to, I don't know, I'll probably look it up at some point, to be fair. Right, McKenna's in next. But yeah, when you say every suppression, is there like a mark or like a tick box that becomes available? It says like, hey, you've suppressed this abnormality so far, or no, you still need to do that in order to get the good ending, or is it just like, just remember them now? So it's just remember. You get a reward for every suppression. Do you? I don't remember. Like I say, I don't remember there being any indication of whether I have suppressed an individual abnormality before or not. Or is it just you get a repression when you get a reward when you've done them all? In which case, that's not the tracker I'm looking for. I'm looking for, on an individual basis, have I done you yet or have I not? Like, if I have to mod that in, then... Oh, no, I mean core suppression. I see. Right, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm with you. There's definitely marks for if you get core suppressions. And that's, like, that's what I'm doing on this run. And then the full decks I'll do on the next run. And then by their powers combined, we'll have done everything. Do I want to send these through one more time? Nah, you know what? Let's just get another day forward. Drop down to Prudence 4, Rhino. This is kind of disastrous. Like, you particularly for someone on control, that's awful. Ferenz is awful, but we kind of knew that. To be real. Eden's got better temperance. Cedric's got marginally better fortitude. I guess you worked with a Teth once, so you know it's something to write home about. Gregory's got mildly better temperance. Here we are. So Morgana's got mildly better fortitude. We're working it properly tomorrow. And then Prudence 4. Yeah, got some Prudence 4s by running through everyone here, so that's fine. 3, 4, 5, yeah. Adam has 120 temperance, which is what we're looking for. How's Rhino doing? I haven't seen him here. 120, there we go. Yep, that's pretty good. Right, now I need to pick an abnormality that just doesn't fuck things up. I'm not in the mood to take, like, dangerous ones here. I can't remember what this is, but I've apparently seen it before. Don't look away, just keep your eyes on it, contain it in your sight. Where does one go when they die? Okay, on the basis I've seen the Little Prince before, I'm gonna unironically look up what the fuck it is. Because that's just a memory issue. The Little Prince. What the fuck are you? It's a war, giant mushroom, okay. That's referred to spore stack up to 5. Spores also major pulse around, not prints. Okay. Right. And what kind of gear does this thing give? War gear, right? Yeah, it just looks like a weapon. Oh no, hold on. You do get a suit as well. It's mid. I'll say it. No, it's a white weapon. Maybe that's... 72 is easy. Little Prince's possession. I think Little Prince is, like, not too bad. Like, it's a war. We can probably handle it. Plus, it's a war, like, right at the bottom of the facility. So if it possesses someone in, like, in Bufu, Egypt, we don't care. And it does have white weaponry, which is the only thing that's really driving me towards it at the minute. I'm in kind of a dire need for good white weaponry. But also, 72 is easy. That's like... but remember, you need the whole dex. True. But also, I'm gonna... No, you raise a good point. It does save me a reroll later. Decisions, hey? It's how much do I want to put, like, the work on future me at some point. Because, yeah, I don't also know that I've got this thing to level 4 observation. Because I haven't got any of its gear. So, but also, I'd normally get, like, the name last for specifically this reason. Well, not specifically this reason, just because it's the least useful thing to get. Generally. Either that or escape information. Because you can see the cliff-off counter from the name anyway. So actually, no, I guess I get it third last. So this... I might have not fully unlocked this, hence why I don't have any of the gear from it. You know what, Uncaffeinated? I'll let you pick this one. If you were in my shoes, what would you do here? I'm handing the floor over to you in the absence of any and all brain power for myself at the minute. Like, would you, you know, soldier on with the easier one that gets you more dex points, or would you just get some white weaponry? I'd pick 72 because it sounds funny. Don't look away, just keep your eyes on it, contain it in your sight. It sounds horrifying, but if you assure me it's easy, 72 it is. Right. I genuinely don't know if I've read this before or not, so I'm going to read it again. And like I say, this is... I'm going to read all the days properly from here, because we get to day 41, we slam that memory repo in, and I just don't have to think about it. Its only rule is look at it. Oh, so it's anti-Schadenfreude. Cool. Right. Anyway. Thankfully, you've been collecting energy ever since your very first day here, never missing a single day. My role is to encourage you to collect the proper amount of energy each day, sometimes by nagging, and sometimes by encouraging you with praise. It must have been hard to adapt to the corporation, but you tried your best to extract the energy, along with bearing the numerous sacrifices along the way. It was also my role to butter you up with plain words, to help you avoid sinking into the pit of guilt. Also, Schadenfreude is a funky name. It is, yeah. Like, I do love my, like, German abnormality names, like Schadenfreude and Der Freischütz. It's great. Just German's a cool sounding language. I don't know what you want to say. Oh. This part was particularly irritating because being your nanny wasn't in my programming, but we were still able to fulfill our roles anyhow. You might have noticed this earlier, if you ever took a moment to look deeper into this company. But the pipelines used to transmit energy to the outside haven't worked for a long time. Right now, they are very rusty. This means the energy collected from our branch is excluded from the total energy collected by Lobotomy Corporation. Then for in one of the next games, there's a Der Freischütz. Ooh, interesting. She went something like Ruiner or something. Isn't it fascinating? Don't be too upset. Well, it's either going to be in Ruiner or Limbus if it's in one of the other games, to be fair. Like 50-50, take your pick. Don't be too upset. I'm not saying that all the energy you collected was for nothing. It's Limbus. Gotcha. Well, now there's one more thing for you to find out. Where does all that energy go? This is a very good question. Also, what the fuck do you mean our energy's not going out? Because how are we paying off the fucking rabbits then? I guess we do extraction so we can get another quest? Yeah, I desire to broaden the extraction department, I suppose. You have multiple branches. I guess. Still weird that our one is just like, yeah, nah. We're not actually... Like, if you have a department in a business and it suddenly stops making money because everyone's siphoning off into, like, the fucking, like, magic witching hole, I believe, like, people normally have questions about that. Like, chief and primary among them is, hey, what the fuck? Ooh, hello. 25% chance to recover ego from a dead agent. Cool, but I don't want it now. Improve the chance of acquiring ego gifts. Very cool. By implementing a reversible extraction process, the abnormalities can be re-extracted a single time per day. Now you're in the Lobotomy Corp HQ, you have a branch in every... Oh, I see. So there's like a... Like, we're in like... We're in like big Tesco, and there's like a little Tesco Express in every other big company, is what we're saying here. I gotcha, okay. I think I'm following the process. This reroll the abnormality selection is most tempting to me at the minute, because I would like to not screw myself. Improving the chance of acquiring ego gifts is probably next, and then 25% chance to recover ego gifts is last, because I know your whole thing is like, hey, go find me this many. No, all facilities are up to Bria. Okay, fair enough. Apparently that's not the case. It's a shame. I kind of like the idea of little Lobotomy Corp Expresses at like other facilities, but fair enough. Right. Oh, hello there, Ash. Hi there. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I am. Hello again. Yay. Oh. I am, how are you? I am not doing too bad. I am admittedly running off of mostly just caffeine at the minute. It is funny to imagine, but sadly it's disproved in Wonderlab. Oh dear, yeah, and to be fair, Ash, it's my own fault. I said I'd go to bed early last night, and then Uma Musume got its claws into me, and I was still up at like 2 this morning. So, really, I did it to myself. But, you know, we're bumping and grinding anyway, we're fine. I'm currently just plowing on through a bit of a Lobotomy, Corp. So you're fully caffeinated and you've got uncaffeinated here with us. Yeah, he drank my brother. No, I just drank all the caffeine out of uncaffeinated. That's why they're uncaffeinated now. Like caffeine vampire over here. Oh. But yeah, we're playing on a little bit of Lobotomy Corp because it's been a little while since I last played because the game hard. I needed a couple of weeks break from it. And now I've had that break, I'm coming back in, and we're making some progress. I'm just going to take reroll here. The Lobotomy Corp is pretty fun. Oh, are you familiar? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was probably should have asked. Yeah, I'm a magic cup of decaf that appears in your desk. Huh. Hey, neat, yeah. My original plan with this, Ash, was to like try and one-cycle the game, and then I got told... Alfira Nova plays a fair bit. Ooh, yeah, I'll have to check him out at some point. Yeah, my original plan with this was to like try and one-cycle it and get the good ending first go, and then I got told at about this stage, like, hey, you know, to one-cycle this, you need to have records for every single abnormality, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing that in one run on stream because that sounds like an awful lot of grinding. So my plan is now, get all the meltdowns done, get the normal ending, and then grind all the decks off stream, essentially. Renmu's currently playing too. It's a good game. Oh, yeah. And you know, it seems to be a bit of an evergreen game. It does seem to be a bit of an evergreen game, Lobotomy Corp. Like, you know, it's an old game, and I've just, like, kind of hopped back into it randomly. And these Lobotomy Corp streams have consistently been some of, like, my best performing streams. It really is kind of wild. Right, okay. So the only rule for this one is look at it. Do we need to move anyone else out of any other departments? Like, not really. I'm almost tempted to move Paulinus and Courtney, like, down. Safety's not looking too high, though, I'm going to be real. It was a bit slow for me, so I came here. Well, I'm chuffed that you think I'm a less slow streamer, given I've spent 2 hours, 45 minutes so far. Actually, no, let's be fair to myself. I spent the first half an hour unfucking my computer. Like about 2 hours, like doing a day. And I'm going to do a second day now. And I hope it doesn't take me that long. Have we not got any quests for you, by the way? Are we just questless? Yeah. The community that loves these games absolutely doesn't. No, I mean, it was a way early game, like before 10. Ah, I see. Right, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely simpler times. Simpler times, eh? And the community that loves these games absolutely adores them. Yeah, the number of people I've just had, like, you know, like Queen of Hatred or, like, nothing there. Like, people with those usernames will just pop up in chat. I was like, oh, huh, neat. Like, the fucking Lobo Corpo, like, RP crowd is in here. Every now and then. Okay, right. So, who are you? Oh no. Okay. Yeah, we do that sometimes. Right then, Zenki. Well, you have the resist everything armor. What if you looked at it? And then I looked at it, and then we both looked at it. Also, isn't this the same goblins that, like, Gabura spawns when she goes, like, nuts? I mean, I made multiple accounts for shits and giggles. Fair play. Oh, I guess that's... I always assume that's the case with, like, the hard RP accounts. 00472 lives inside the target's eyes. What the... Why? Maybe. Who could possibly say, eh? But yeah, the support, you know, from RP accounts or regular accounts is appreciated all the same. I'll tell you that for nothing. God, ow. I have holding my neck in place for 3 hours. Should maybe stretch. Okay, so you're at least a war abnormality. What do you like? Decent insight. Decent repression, actually. Okay. Also, why am I playing this on normal speed? Like, you're not gonna... Yeah, you know what, actually, kind of insight's kind of the wave. You deal black damage, which, again, is good to know, but, like, not hugely impactful. If you're a war, I can train insight and justice off of. That's pretty helpful for our trainees. Like I say, I'm going to just kind of work you out first, or attempt to. And then I'm going to go and have Mwelanom hold Yang for a bit. Okay, and then here we've got regular common. Work with that must be done while the manager has the containment unit in sight. So yeah, the thing, this thing is one of the easiest abnos I've ever seen. Literally just look at me, you little shit. Yeah, like I say, polar opposite of this fucker, where it's like, no look at me, me shy. God. I still think this is such a creepy looking abnormality though, with like the little photo, like, the literal photo of an eye that's like cropped. Like, ugh. Icky. And that's with, like, you know, this thing sitting downstairs. Like, this thing is pretty horrifying. Yeah, that fuckface is annoying. Although, I will say, it's also one of the easiest abnormalities to suppress, because it doesn't attack or move if you're not looking at it. So you just send some people to suppress it, and then, like, literally fire and forget. Ooh, we've gone down to common. Fine. We can probably work it one more time. Because, like I say, it's not like Zenki's taking any huge damage. I'm not sure. Oh, the Burrowing Heaven is what it's called. Those thorns aimed for heaven inside Zenki's vision. Ooh. Fancy. Fancy. Right. What do we got here? In the work process, when the containment went out the camera sight, the counter lowered. Still unmonitored after on the counter continued to lower. So, yeah, don't have it out of your sight. Normal or good, the counter increases. That increase up to 3 levels at a time depending on the work result. Oh, okay, so you like normal work results. That's very cool. Very cool and groovy, actually. Yeah, I just need to make sure I keep an eye on you, as it were. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh. Alright, what are we looking at here? We're still looking, I guess, that's a normal result. Like 14, yeah. Warning, do not stop looking at the abnormality while its suppression is in progress. Roger that, I wasn't planning on it. Okay, we're going to give you a minute to cool off here and come and get the rest of your stuff later and just not work with you for a minute. Thank God we don't have to do anything more with Silent Orchestra, can I just say? I'm so fucking bored of that abnormality. We do have straight up no quest today, so it's just a case of how we want to train up this. Now, I believe I said I was going to do, like, I guess Morgana. Actually, that thing is so annoying. Wait, which one's so annoying? I must have skimmed past one that you thought was annoying. But yeah, okay. So Morgana, you're just gonna Orchestra. Yeah, this is why the previous day took me 2 hours, because I had to try and grind 2 weapons and 1 armor out of it. Luckily, I could one-cycle the first phase with just a group of, like, the Pale Paladins, I called them. They just have a bunch of Pale people sitting in this room, so that the minute it spawned, I just, like, kill it. But, yeah, it's just a pain in the arse. It takes much longer than it needs to. Right. Now I need to... Hold on. So, Morgana is going to work on Fortitude today. We're going to want Aubrey and Yum Yum on Justice Training. Did we just rotate Freischutz? Yes, because I don't want to deal with... I don't want to deal with... Orchestra. That's a neat name. Oh, yeah, yeah. We like Yum Yum. They're cool. Then that leaves Titania and McKenna. Sorry, I lost my train of thought on... Attachment? I guess you're going to go and work with Child of the Galaxy, but no, you're going to both work with Letitia. Oh, yes, when I get hired and trained, may I get Discord or Heaven? Yeah. Yeah, I can give you some Discord stuff. I think I've got a spare thing of Discord armor lying around. Do you know what I've just realized? I just spent all that time grinding this armor and this weapon. Didn't fucking give it to anyone. Well done, me. I mean, it's a simple day, so I'm probably not going to need it, but... Yeah, no, I've got some spare Discord armor lying around. So, here's the plan. We're going to... Morgana. Here we go. Suppose I should actually... Can I? No, it's not going to work like that. I put you both in here, it might, actually. I know I've put you, like, in the corner corridors, but... Hear me out if I... Aubrey... There we go. It's actually a much easier way to do it. Tanya. Whoa, not repression, buddy. We're looking for attachment. There we go. Hey. Also, something random. So many streamers thought I was asking for Discord server, and I asked for Discord. I stopped for a second to think, like, where? But I mean, to be fair, if you're looking for a Discord server, I am cooking one up, and it should be hopefully ready end of next week. I'm hoping. You know, unless hell or high water happens. But, you know, it's a little kind of, a little thing I'm doing to celebrate getting 100 subs on YouTube and 100 followers on Twitch. I'll be doing that. I'll probably put out, like, a little video on the YouTube end of things as well. Just as a little, like, you know, a little yippee and a little thank you. Because it's been a long time in the making, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the fastest growing lad on the platform. But, I'm happy with the achievement. And that's what matters to me. Because, you know, at the end of the day, my #1 audience member is this guy right here. Points at self. My model can't do that, but, like, just imagine I'm pointing at myself. And then, you know, if anyone wants to come along for the ride and also thinks I'm cool, neat. Okay, so that's... Wait, did I just send Yum Yum in? I'm already losing track. Freischutz. You know, the last one was Aubrey and Freischutz, so Yum Yum should become that there. Which leaves McKenna to attachment here. Right, there we go. And we're just going to keep running this loop, essentially, for a while. Maybe we, like, do some other extracurriculars involving the control team not having ass stats. Like, Chris, I'm sorry to say, you're falling off. Okay, I know people keep saying that stat fall-off isn't a thing. But I swear, this is the biggest psyop where I've been told it's not a thing, and I still think it kind of is. Like, it's so, ugh. Right, how do we insight train? It's also fucking blue star, isn't it? God, okay. I guess we insight train here. We can. That's possible. Who had the absolute dog insight? I guess it was Rhino. Yeah. Yes, the reason people say it isn't because they work everything with everyone. I'm not going insane? That is a thing? Okay, so now I've had one report to the country. So I swear, if you don't work people, their stats naturally decay. And then I got some people saying like, nah, that's not true. It's not mentioned anywhere on the wiki. I think it's just that you get ego gifts and they bump the stats down. And I was like, ah, okay, right, fair enough. But now I've had confirmation the other way. Oh no, you're totally going insane. Is that a separate thing to the previous query, or... Wait, what? No, the stats don't decay. Right, sorry, I misread one of your messages then. Okay, the stats don't decay, I am going insane. We have 2 people saying the stats don't decay. Thank you. Right, it's just I'm getting ego gifts and they're occasionally bumping the stats down. Because I swear that, like, I swear I've seen it where they decay if you don't work people often enough, but I've been told that I'm just insane for that. Right, I've kind of fucked this day up a little bit, actually. Like, already. Yeah, ego gifts do occasionally do that. Right. That's all I need to know. Like, there was someone who I did, like, an instinct work with here. I think it was Igor. Yeah, here we go. Let's have you in here. Does anyone need to work, like, Judgment Bird? You absolutely do, Grammary. Let's chuck you in here. We should wait. I'm impatient, whatever. Zenki, go work there, and I need to keep you in here. Nobody work that with that. That would be very bad. Katja, you're in Aleph gear. Why the fuck are your stats all like 80? You know. I know you're welfare captain and all, but like you have mimicry on your back, which is probably the single most powerful weapon in the game. Yeah, I've had the hopeless status dealt to me like 3 times. The hopeless status? Huh? Are you gonna make it here in time? Okay, you are good. Hey, also, I'm definitely still looking at you. I wasn't about to move away. Right, there we go. So 38. You know, Burrowing Heaven. Okay, we're slightly weak to red, but we like other things. Oh, you sweet summer child. I feel like I'm missing something obvious. It's anything but the most powerful. It's like up there, though, surely, though. Like an Aleph? It's like one of? Like, fair enough, I know it deals red damage, and that tends to get blocked by, like, a lot of the higher level stuff. But as far as raw damage output, like, goes, on things that it doesn't just get immediately resisted by, it's got to be pretty up there. Like, bottom to... You... Nah. Oh god, that's a bad work result. Okay. Red damage? Ugh. Who cares? You can't seriously be telling me that this isn't, like, kind of nuts. Surely? For 214 PE boxes a scoop? You're gonna tell me this is, like, bottom 2 weapon? I could name 5 weapons right now that are, like, worse than this. Like, fucking... you know, Santi 6 are alright for utility, but in terms of damage output, they're ass. The basic batons are obviously going to be ass, but, like, I feel like they're almost kind of a cop-out answer. Are we going to say they're worse than fucking Magic Bullet? Now, you want an ass weapon. Magic Bullet's your guy. We're going to say, like, the fucking Derringers here are, like, all that to write home about compared to Mimicry? I mean, like, bottom 2 Aleph. Right, okay. Okay. Bottom 2 Aleph I could maybe get on board with. Bottom 2, I was going to be like, you are, like, smoking the good shit right there. I was like, I refuse to believe that. But no, bottom 2 Aleph I can have a bit more truck with. Right. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Right. Aubrey, go repress. And McKenna, oh, you appear to have got a heart. Well, don't work with anything else. How does Letitia work with the heart again? Okay, yeah, just don't sign it for anything else. Yeah, if I said Mimicry was bottom 2 overall, it'd be higher than the fucking International Space Station. True. That's where I was like, you know, like, I can, you know, I can accept a certain degree of, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe I'm just not knowledgeable, but, like, that would have sent me over the edge. Like, I think I would have, if that had transpired to be somehow true, I would have just run for the hills and never come back, I don't think. Right. Hey, Letitia, you want to, like, not be on cooldown? Thank you. There we go. We can probably get another cycle in with everyone. I'm going to kind of get things whirring up with Morgana now. I like how I'm staggering this, actually. So that we can get, like, some good bits of work in. Okay, last one to work with Freischutz was Yum Yum, so that means it's Aubrey's turn. And then we can come down here, see Letitia be finished working on, which means McKenna is next up. Letitia as well, I've got to say, as far as a HE goes. Fucking actually pretty fantastic weapon and ego suit. Like, just 0.7 across the board for HE? And a 1.5 instead of like a 2 or something on Pale? That's just good business. That's just, you know... That's just a shrewd investment right there. Right. Does anyone need, you? That was a case you wouldn't mind. Yeah, we all love Letitia, yeah. I assume I'm pronouncing Letitia right. But, yeah. Little clockwork baby. Yee. But, yeah. I suppose I should really, like do Borrowing Heaven a bit more. Does anyone need insight training, actually, who I can kind of just sick in here? Yeah, like, Current Dreamer does. Quite badly. Let's go and, observe the work. Because we can't leave it alone. As soon as Current Dreamer gets here, where the fuck are they coming from? Like, Bufu Egypt? Make him undumb, yes. I'm gonna need you to use your brain. I know this is a scary concept, but, it must be done. Starting off by kind of ballsing it up. I mean, actually, what do you need for, like, a not bad? You need 12? Yeah, you're gonna get 12. You're fine. There we go. That's lovely, actually. I don't particularly rate this armor. I don't particularly rate this weapon. But... So, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna buy either of them because these are war grade stuff, which means that I have 7 war grade bits of gear if there's a quest that requires them later. So, we're actually just investing for a potential future quest. Is the play here. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Right. I think, that's a lie, I don't. It's bad to say I think. Bro does not think. Just make sacrifices. Yeah, but if I can line it up so that I have more... Because I've been told as well the number of ego points I have at the end of the game has some kind of... Don't tell me what it is, but I've heard that it has some kind of mysterious, magical, like, effect on some stuff. So I don't want to sacrifice people and have to hire new recruits and either spend ages training them up or spend loads of lob points, like hiring new level 5s. So what if I just did a bit of pre-work and then, you know, worked it up from there? Someone on information has got to need something, right? Like, can we suppress the fish? God, can you do instinct, actually? Yeah, London, can you go and... Wait, no! Hold on, bad, you deal black damage. You are all suck against black damage. just... Oh, you suck against black damage. It's a HE. We don't care. Quite frankly, if you die to Porcupus here, then I'm considering that just a failing on your part as a person, rather than my part as a manager. Like, it's a HE abnormality if I can get your shit together. I don't care if you're weak to it. This thing should not be able to kill you. And then we have the weird floaty brain things. Why is all of control still up here? Okay. Normally, they're, like, not. But fair enough. If it needs to be done, it needs to be done. There's no one in training, but control can clear that up pretty easily. Let's have you lot here, and Zenki here. And then you're both over here. You can take down your respective lads. You can go here. You two can polish off this one here. And then, like, literally the only thing I should really need to do is just keep an eye on how fast control minces theirs so we can immediately go and send them down there. Yep, there we go. Hold on. Who are you and why are you just standing there? Morgana, that's why you're just standing there. Right, fair enough. I understand. There we go. Nice and easy. Right. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Who was the last to work with Freischutz here? It was Aubrey, so Yum Yum, you're up next. And that means that McKenna was the last to work with Letitia. So we're looking at a Titania kind of angle right about now. There we go. Get those lot in there. Have them all rotate round. I'm hoping some nice, you know, some nice 5 stars and a bunch of the stats for our trainees come the end of today. Which we've still got a while towards. We should also, like I say, just take other little bits where we can. Like, Eden could really, God, Chris could really use that. You know what, Chris? Yeah, I think, honestly, kind of unacceptable that you've been allowed to do that. Now, we could send Rhino in here. It's a slightly scary proposition, but I think he can do that. I don't like sending people who aren't Chris in to work with nothing there, but I must have done it at some point, and it not gone horrendously, so. Right, there was someone, yeah, Current Dreamer, that was it. We just have to make their way here from, like, fucking, I mean, parts unknown, it seems. Also, let me just have a look at, okay, so Yum Yum, so we want Aubrey in here at our earliest convenience. Oh god, someone... Titania, you almost died, you fucked that up so bad. Can you, like, not? You're not in there yet. We'll keep checking that. There we are. And then... Because you worked repression. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, no, that would do it. Does that lower your count? Nope. Okay, cool. Right, neat. Well, back to keeping an eye on this. There's one meltdown coming up next, and then probably after that will be our noon ordeal, which is, you know, a pretty ideal way round for this to fall for me. We've hit half energy, and we're still, you know, still training up nicely here. Gonna have Current Dreamer just, you know, take some insight work out with her. Or them, I should say. Given that I'm not actually sure on the pronouns, and that's a viewer who was in here previously. Right, there we go. Okay, you're done with Blue Star. Rhino has not completely perished to nothing there. Okay, max 1, so it's not like we're fucked up, it's just it's that scary. Can we get another rotation through? I believe we can. Yeah, Aubrey began no. It was... Tiny began refreshment with Letitia. Yeah, that's a faux pas on my part. You just kind of missed your turn for that. Right. Yum Yum in here. And then McKenna. So, hey, Titania, do you want to actually work the good stat. I'm terribly sorry that I fucked that up. That's going to affect the symmetry of the run as well, which, believe me, hurts. Hurts a lot. But we'll see what we can do. That's what I could always do, because we're at a bit of an awkward number here anyway, is just send Titania to immediately work Letitia again. There we go. So if you can just do that again. And then we'll send someone to work somewhere else, and then... like, I'm imagining someone in information probably needs, like, assistance in a lot of regards. In a weird sort of sense that, like... none of your justice is bad, but also, like, for ends, I need to see... you know, I need to see better out of you for an Aleph wielder. I also kind of want to see you in Da Capo stuff, actually, but... okay, Punishing Bird's out. We've got a 1 on Burrowing Heaven. Not a problem. Get Current Dreamer over there immediately. Why did I send you to work Freischutz? That's really fucked things up for me, actually. I could get another rotation of, like, everyone else going if I hadn't done that. Oh, well, what can I say? Freischutz is a good abnormality, you know? That's why we're working it so much. And then... is there, like, hope for us getting this done before you appear? There is, so we're going to do that. Okay, so now we can get a couple of things cooking with gas at the same time. Now, who was last to work with Freischutz? Who wasn't for ends? It was Yum Yum. So this is an Aubrey angle. And if it's an Aubrey angle, that should mean that Tatiana worked with Letitia last, so it's McKenna there now. And let's go back over here, observe the Borrowing Heaven. Because again, getting a good supply of PE boxes, not a bad idea. Jesus Christ, we're cutting this fine, though. Yeah, 10 seconds to go. Yeah, not what I would call ideal. Also, the Punishing Bird's out again, and it's predictably unhappy. Okay, we've got a noon event coming up. Shouldn't really be too much of an issue. Okay. So Aubrey just worked there, so this is a Yum Yum angle. Which didn't go through, because I clicked too fast. And then McKenna worked there, so it's Tanya. There we go. Just put another couple on there. Keep working these HEs. And then we can kind of just... I don't know how we kind of, you know, go for our next bit from here. Maybe there's a case to be made for, like... maybe there's a case of giving some people some specific armors and sending them to, like, run against some wars. Particularly with our new higher caps. I'm not sure the HEs will be able to fit these caps anymore, to be fair. Back when it was 100, it was less of an issue. But 120 now, like, we really got to be pushing some bigger stuff. What are we doing here? We are... is it really? Okay, I just did Aubrey, but... I suppose if I, you know... I have technically just done, like, most of them. And this is a McKenna. Definitely, because Tany's still injured. There we go. So if I just remember Titania and Yum Yum with, like, the offbeat, I can probably stop having to check this so much and, you know, run things a bit faster. Because, like, the others go on when Morgana is in Porcupus, but... yeah, here we are. So... I know straight away this is a Titania and Yum Yum type joint. Here we go. Get them in there, work them stats. Coming up to 900, almost, on the 5-hot meltdown, which is pretty good. I'm going to take this opportunity to just work a couple of other things. Like, I'm sorry, Chris, you still need repression training. It's kind of... I'm going to send Rhino in here as well, actually. We really need our aces to be Ugh, 84 prudence. God, you need that as well. But higher this is more important. And then we'll do both of those, and then we need to kind of like, you know, group up and move out for our noon ordeal. Which means we're calling training back to where they are, and then we'll re-separate them out later, but like once we're... Okay, well, I think we're done with all of their shenanigans. Because we just had the Yum Yum Titania show, so... Let's call you all back and put you in a corner and hope that the robot doesn't immediately spawn on you again. Is it taking them a while to get there? Yes, it is. Okay, yeah, so you two down there, that's fine. There's a lot more ground to cover here, so I think actually just having them all start in, like, records for this bottom floor is what I'm probably going to do. Records or architecture, I always get these bottom two mixed up. I think this might be architecture and this might be records. But you could tell me it's the other way around and I'd believe you. Right, so you lot hide in a corner, you lot here. I kind of almost regret... You know what? The two of you that are there, actually, you're going to help up here because I think it's just a numbers issue. I think we've got a lot of people with all the central command down here and like a fairly sparse amount of people up here. Granted, the people up here are like the control team who are fucking cracked, but still. Right. I mean, we're, like, not far off doing this. So I guess if anyone, like, down here really wants, Katya, we are fighting things that are, like, vaguely threatening, so I don't really want anyone with, like, super pog weaponry to go in there. I'm talking more like someone with central command who just needs a little bit. Yeah, like Sergey. Sergey can go in here and, like, kick us off. And then let's see what we're working with. Okay, so trainees move down. Upper floor, I'm going to need you to secure that and make sure that our trainees are safe. You lot, there is a man here. Kill him. And then we literally just clear this and then sweep all the way around. There we go. One up there. How are you lot getting on with that? Why are you all dying? Right, training department. Run. Okay, none of them... Thank God I caught that and none of them died. Christ on a bike. This is why we need to secure training, man. This is exactly why. Okay, our next... Hey, Rhino, buddy. I mean, I'm kind of glad you're up there so you can start fighting this thing early, but why are you up there by yourself? Also, this is a really inefficient route if we do that, actually, so no. I'm not glad you're up there at all. If I can get with the program, buddy. Okay, how goes the fight here? Pretty well, it seems. We're next going to want to hit that one. And then we kind of come down here for this one. Although going through central command's a bit of a pain, but... Maybe actually we just go across and then loop back down, because I unironically think this gets us more mechs dead faster. If that makes sense. Than the other stratagem. No one down here, which is great. If you can catch up, Sergey, more power to you. I will be surprised if you do. In fact, I'm going to be so surprised that I'm going to say literally just move on to the next one. Just find your fastest route to there. There we go. Is anyone, like, feeling the burn at the minute? Like, have we... Britain's is actually doing alright. We did exclude him from this last time, but... He seems to be putting up a decent fight. This time around. Or at least, you know, not taking a saw blade to the face when he's not red resistant. Oh, you've all decided to walk back. That's kind of a catastrophic misplay on your part. Because I need you to do all this. Yeah, let's just make sure that a lot of them are on board. Okay, and now I think the only one left to clean up upstairs is you. Then we'll have the lot of you just sit here in case anything wanders up, but I think the chances of that are pretty slim. There we are. Have you lot move there. And then we're gonna clean up you two. And then maybe you eventually. But like, we'll get there on that one. You know what, actually? If you're all standing there, see if you can run through Central Command faster than they can run through 2 mechs over here. Right, it's a I don't really know kind of scenario. Hey, dinguses, do you want to go fight the closer one first? Suppose just walk into a room and be like, I will fight the furthest away one and walk through 7 saw blades. Like, your self-preservation leaves a lot to be desired. And now everyone group up to clown on this final guy. Except for the training department, obviously, but, you know, they have their reasons. And I can probably speed up at this point. Looks like we're going to reach it at, like, more or less the same time. Which just shows you how... Okay, the people who had to go through Central Command did get there first in the end, but... It's still the fact it was as close as it was really shows you how much of a pain in the arse fucking Central Command is to get through. Right, everyone back to your respective departments. Even control on this one, I think. I don't think we care enough. Right, so... Yum Yum, you were working Freischutz. Titania and McKenna were not. So that means Aubrey must also have been working Freischutz. Morgana, you were just sat here. And you two were down here. Right, okay, so yeah, we've got honestly, a pretty easy walk-in, I'd say. At the end of this day. We're just going to wait for our trainees to get into position. Eventually. Who are you and why have you not gone home? Record team. Well, why the fuck are you here then? Go home. Did I not click that one? Maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, no, I guess actually, yeah, I just didn't click it because Rhino, not Rhino, Antipixel's also there. So, you know what, maybe that one's on me, and I apologize for that. Right, now we said to Tanya and Yum Yum with the offbeats. So, yeah, that leaves Aubrey and McKenna for the onbeats. I have no idea if we are on or off beat here, but we're going to assume we left on beat and then kind of work from there. I reckon we can pretty easily get past this, do the 2 meltdown, do like 1 more bar, just to really make sure we grind the most out of each day. And then I think we can call it a day there. Right, so now we want the offbeats, which is Yum Yum and Titania. Titania, who still hasn't received a gift from the teacher, actually, which is kind of impressive. Right, there we go. So that's a nice 5 slot of work there. I think I know that we're going to have like 1 or 2 left over on basically all of these, so it's definitely time for the Chris and Rhino show to get going. Then we're going to wait for these to do in the meantime. I should really just do what I normally do and like move control down. Also, I feel like I've sent 2 of them off to work now, and like finding out where they are and recuperating them is going to be more of a hassle than it's worth. Also, energy quota. Yippee! We did it! We did it! Oh. Right. Also, these 2 are free, so we can get the on-beats, which is Morgana, Aubrey, and McKenna. There we go. And make sure that when we put McKenna in there, we actually select attachment this time. Pick the right stat. It's just Punishing Bird. We're fine. It will give up eventually. Yeah, there, and that's actually perfect. And we've got 2 more slots, and then we just send 1 person in to trigger this 4 meltdown, or this 2 meltdown, I should say. And then, yeah, bada bing, bada boom. I'd say that was a pretty good day. Offbeats, you're up. Yum Yum, and Tanya. Yep. I didn't forget the thing I've just been parroting for like the past 20 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, my back. On the subject of things that aren't fine. Oh. Oh. I've got god, I've got a week off next week. I'm not spending another week looking at a screen. I say knowing full well I'll be looking at a screen for most of that week. Just not for work-related reasons, for stream-related reasons. Ugh. It's, you know... Some say I may have fucked up by having a job that's all screens and a hobby that's all screens. I say, fuck it, we ball. Quite frankly. That's all I can say about that. Now, I don't really want to take my eyes off you. Okay, here's the plan. We're going to... I think Igor needed a bit more fortitude here, so we're going to go and give her one more whack of this. And then we'll get 2 meltdowns, which should be fairly easy to deal with. You, have we got anyone on disciplinary that needs a bit more? Haru, sure, you can do that. And then... yeah, grammar, you can do that, sure. Because we don't actually have to look down here, which is very nice. It's nice, but also a shame in a way. Right, we're going to need our on-beats. Pop in here. So say hello to Morgana, Aubrey, and McKenna once again. There we go. Let's get things up and running. Because all being well, we should be able to finish this just as Punishing Bird decides it's fucking had enough. Be nice. I definitely picked Instinct for you, right? Haru, I'm just gonna double check. I definitely picked Instinct for you, right? Don't want to fuck that up. That's all I'm saying. Also, can I have this? Thank you. Right. There we are. So there's some work being done there. Time for the offbeats. Here. And also here, when we get a chance. There you go, Titania. And then we could go one more. Do we go one more for old time's sake? Do we need to? I don't know. I don't know about that yet. I'll just do another on beats and then consider the possibility, shall we say. As soon as we get in here. We go, attachment on McKenna. We're also going to, like I said, because our A-lifts have calmed down a bit, I'm going to send control team down to where they belong first, actually, which is here. And then we're going to have Chris here and Rhino here. Because nothing's going to jack your fortitude up like working with nothing there. If that doesn't do it, then quite frankly, God help you. I mean, to be fair, you're also working with nothing there, so God help you regardless. If I'm going to be 100% real with you, it's a rough situation no matter who you're with. Right, let's get our offbeats on the job. There we go. Well, as soon as McKenna's done in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Camp these a bunch. And that should leave us with a 1. Honestly, we're efficient enough with this that I could go for another. And I think I just might. I think I will, you know? Let's have some efficiency on the block. Which means we also need to pick like another one of, like, to do something with. I think, honestly, Sergey might be a decent pick. For, like, maybe even for attachment, actually. Maybe we do like a Sergey attachment type kind of lean. Also, we can roll Burrowing Heaven this time. That would be pretty cool, I think. Right, can we roll Burrowing Heaven on the Meltdown? Michael, where is Sergey? It's taking so bloody long to get here. You work in Central Command, my dude. No, we don't get it again. Well, shit, alright. It is what it is. Someone in disciplinary who needs stats. I guess Haru. I guess Gremory again. But this time working temperance? Question mark? Yeah, why not? Okay, so those two are going. We can get these three going. Our on beats are back on the beat. There we go. And there's that Dusk Ordeal that we want to, like, swerve as much as we humanly possibly can. So we're going to be doing exactly that. Just grinding out these stats. Because for those of you who like, aren't familiar with why I'm still, like, sticking here, even though the day 38 workday complete thing has been around for, like, about 20 minutes now. It's because the more you work with stuff, the higher stats you get. And while people are in the training department, their stat growth is also faster, so it's better I maximize my time working certain stats. I think this is an off-beats angle, right? Yeah. It's better I spend my time, you know, while I can, just farming out people's stats, essentially. There we go. Titania in here. And at the start of the next loop, I'll also have my two people work their respective A-lifts, because control, you know, you used to be pride of the nation, but I gotta be honest, you guys are starting to slip. You gotta get your shit together. And I'm hoping this A-lift work will help you with that. Right, okay, that's finished, so once more with the on beats, and this will be our last, like, full lap of these 5. There we go. Aubrey. Apparently pick them both. I guess I can just pick them both and pick the right one. But there we go. Kenna in there. Let's get what we got. Chris fighting this and Rhino appeasing this. And then, if my calculations are correct, which they have been for the past 3 rotations, so I can't see why they would have changed now, we get one more work with Freischutz and Letitia with the offbeats of Yum Yum Titania. And then, bada bing, bada boom, that's about as successful a day as you can possibly ask for. That's kind of like a dream day. Let's do Yum Yum here, and here we are, Titania in here as soon as this is available. There we go. And then that's basically all the stat grinding we're going to be able to do today, because I'm not dealing with this. It's not happening. Not risking all that time for the Dusk Ordeal to potentially, like, kill off a trainee. Go. And I'm not sure the cooldown of this, like, affects it or anything, but we'll wait. There we go. Day 38, workday complete. Let's go look at those stat gains that I was on about. So, Rhino's got Fortitude massively up, Prudence up a little bit. Nice. Ferenz is still awful. London's got a tiny Fortitude up from something. Chris has only got 100 Justice, so he could actually stand to do a lot more in that department. Like, kind of disappointing given how much he worked Blue Star there. Like, if working an A-lift that many times only gets you like 20 Justice, then God, Justice is a hard skill to get. Igor, yeah, got a decent chunk of Fortitude, you know, up from 83 to 98, which is a lot more acceptable. We're still looking for triple digits, really. But it's a start, you know, it puts it on the starting blocks. Sergey tried his best. Katya allegedly worked something today. Acacia allegedly worked something today. What? Okay. Haru, I think, did work something. I remember that. Gremory Tiberius worked with Judgment Bird a bunch and got some 80s to 90s, which is... yeah, I guess she worked like 2 times, so I can't expect miracles. Current Dreamer actually had some very good results with Borrowing Heaven. 79 to 97 Prudence. That's pretty good. Zenki gets 110 Prudence for, I guess, also Borrowing Heaven. Morgana gets Fortitude 5, about 100. Aubrey gets Justice 5, about 100. Titania gets Temperance 5, 97. Just missed out on 100, it's a bit of a shame. McKenna gets Temperance 5, 100. Yum Yum gets Justice 5, 100. Exactly the kind of numbers we're looking to see. A bit of a shame about Titania, but what can you do? Right. So, things we've got to do on our wrap-up then. First off, another abnormality. Okay. Can I be real? I think without, like, unless there's anyone in chat who wants to give me some advice on this, I just take Flesh Idol here. I know it's not going to do the decks any good, but, like, I just want to be safe. Like, I just want to be safe until day 41, because I don't want all of that time I've just spent grinding to go to waste. I think this is the move. I'll be real with you. Yeah, I think we just take Flesh Idol. And we forgot to hold Yang that one day. It's the one thing we forgot to do, but yeah, you know, whatever. It's something we can do at other points, and we're pretty close to getting there now. Before I can never touch that horrid thing again. Just put the Flesh Idol in the bag. It's fine. Right. Shortly after I was born, I questioned myself daily about the significance and meaning of my creation. Then you handed me the script and gave me the answer. They say the narrator plays an important role in unraveling the plot. Well, thank you. It was so much fun reciting your script. So much so that I was able to find my raison d'etre without noticing the time fly by. Sometimes I have these thoughts. What if this script is part of a play that's missing its finale? Maybe you prepared a play that could never end, just so that you could tie me into this knot. If so, would it be appropriate for me to disobey your orders and obtain my own free will for the first time? Do you think this dialogue was part of the script, or was it born of my own free will? Hey, another Biner. Right, I forgot what voice I gave her. I think I vaguely tried to do, like, kind of, like, a variant of Rampart Apex Legends. Is kind of the vibe I got from her. Don't know why, just did. But I'm going to try and go in that sort of a direction. Looking at the headstones in this place, are you? It's only natural to find them a spectacle to see. There used to be times when I spent the whole day reading all the meaningless letters written there. These are also coffins. They're death itself, and they represent the possibilities birth can bring at the same time. I don't know why she's slightly Scottish. I'm not very good at that accent, I guess, yeah. I've been guarding the coffins for countless years, carrying out consecrations for those who do not even have the privilege to depart for an afterlife. That is one of the few things I do here. I still don't know if you're records or architecture. I guess you must be records. You see, if one spends a long enough time in this graveyard, they can hear the whispers of the dead. The sound of their words is as black as pitch. It makes it feel as if I were being filled with nebulous, murky water. This has gone so far off what I initially thought it was going to be. Like, it's just straight not Rampart Apex Legends anymore. But I kind of like the direction it's going, so I'm just going to keep playing around with it. You must be starting to get bored, seeing that your eyes are drifting about this place. It isn't often that I have guests here, and I'd feel bad to only show you these gravestones. Did you call me, Lady Biner? This employee once had his boundary collapsed. What's your name? It's Nathan. This man had the task of extracting ego. During extraction, he carelessly peeked into the well, but by luck he survived. To minimize the price he had to pay for looking into the well, he was given the maximum dose of enkphalin, and so he could barely return to work. However, once one looks through the crack of the boundary, they can never return to the world that they belonged to before. Want to see something interesting? Nathan, can you describe what you saw to the manager? The scenery you witnessed with your own eyes, but you had to forget at all costs? From within the tombstones, inside them are those who sleep are sunken deep. Those who are dreaming good dreams. At the same time, we call them the well in the speech of this place. We have to dredge them up and inject them with cogito. Now remember, afterwards, what? What did you see? The man, that thing, that capitalized. Okay. Continue. The man, in the well? He passed out. Poor thing. What will happen to him after? Do not worry for him. He wouldn't last a single day with a mind as feeble as his is now. It is much more favourable to sit still and simply watch the grains fall as the sandcastle crumbles, rather than try to reclaim the collapsing castle. Wow, we're just gonna let him fucking die. Okay. I have seen what that poor sap saw hundreds, no thousands of times. Maybe more. How are you still fine? So you ask why I can retain enough sanity to have a friendly little conversation with you until now? It is thanks to my mechanical body that I can just barely grasp onto my mind. Making her crazy, or like in the crazy sort of like voice, actually seems to be working pretty well. Yes, this strong, unbending back of mine. However, did you forget that I originated from a human mind as well? If there is at least one thing that could be considered fortunate, it is that if I ever were to finally lose my sanity and ran amok through the facility, attempting to bring this entire place down along with you, she will be there to shut me off once more. But if that day were truly were to come, I prefer that you terminated me with your own hands rather than her. I'm assuming her is Angela in this case. It's the least you can do for a person as confined as I. Complete the day with at least one employee who has 4 or more ego gifts. Fuck. Okay. Drop flesh idle here, why not? Sure, I might need a bit of time to... But do I have someone who's... I must have someone who's got 4 or more ego gifts, right? Like, Chris, are you on that? Are you on that kind of wave? Maybe? Who knows? I think it's worth a check. What do we got here on you, Chrissy boy? 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Yeah, they're mostly locked in. Okay, okay. Yep, well there we are. So we can clear that quest straight away, basically. Which just means we have more training next time. Oh, hey, and Titani's got a fancy hat. Let's go. Did anyone get anything from Freischutz? No one got the pipe. Damn. Bit disappointing. Remember what the hat does. Oh, actually, the necklace is also, like, pretty good. We don't necessarily need to lock the helmet, but we'll lock the necklaces here because, yeah, they're kind of insane. What does ram horns do? SP +4? Meh. And the Letitia hat does look good, but, like, pipe is better. So, if, you know, we happen to see pipe, we'll do pipe. But anyway, that is all going to happen, well, anything further, I should say, is all going to happen next time. Because we've done a couple of days, we've regained our footing, we've made a couple of missteps along the way, but I believe that we are in a good enough position to kind of keep trucking on into day 40 and beyond next stream. So with that, the caffeine is wearing off, and dear God, I need to go to bed. So I will bid you all adieu here. Thank you all very much for watching. And chatting and supporting and generally just being outstanding. Well, my name's been Artorius Winchester, and I'll see you all next time. Farewell.